Alright. Alright. We're back. Last time, in the last episode, we had a lot of fan service, mainly in the episode. We had a lot. There was kissing. A lot of kissing. There was Takiko burning his arm in boiling water because he's an idiot. There was so much. Go back and watch it. Please go back and watch the entire video. It's 5 hours long. Listen to it in the background while you do homework or something. You don't have to look at the screen, just listen to it. It helps me out either way. But I just have to stall a bit because I'm pretty sure if someone died that I care about, I will probably curse. I gotta wait till at least a minute and 30 seconds in. So yeah. Also, if you guys are enjoying this series as a whole, please leave a like and the subscribe button. They help me out a ton to get on my road to 1,000 subscribers. When I reach 1,000 subscribers, I will take off the mask and I will do a live stream where I take off the mask and then I just do random stuff entirely, like maybe play a Danganronpa fan game or do whatever my chat wants me to. So I really hope y'all are ready for that. But I'm anxious, guys. I'm anxious. My heart's pounding. Oh, okay. Chiku nodded and the two of us entered the shower block.
It's so dark in here. The light isn't even on.
Despite the noise clearly coming from here, the room appeared to be entirely empty. Both carefully took a few steps in.
Hello? Hello? Is everything okay?
No answer. Asuga?
It sounds like it's coming from the girls section. I'll just have a look. You stay out here.
Alright, just let me know if you need anything.
Takiko took a step forward, apprehending her steps. She peeked her head around in a small gasp.
Asuka! Oh my god!
Asuga?
Hey.
She's not dead?
Hey.
Is everything okay? I'm coming over.
I walked over to see Asuga crouched by a toilet, curled up, clearly having just thrown up. I don't know what to say. Takiko crouched down, putting a hand on Asuga's back hesitantly.
Please. Please don't do that to yourself. It's not worth it. It's never worth it. Please.
I know.
Suki.
I hate this. I hate this so much. I hate the taste in my mouth. I hate feeling so small. I hate how quickly this puts me right back to when I was a kid, doing those stupid photo shoots.
I thought someone was about to die. That's why I ended the last video. Well, this is gonna be the Deadly Light video.
I don't want to be small. I don't want to be weak. I don't want to have to second guess everything I eat again.
What?
I just want to be the person people can rely on. I tried to be that in prison, but I'm so scared, Taki. I don't want to be seen as unreasonable. Cause if I'm not helping people, who is?
Me, I take accountability. Me and my pumpkin, we take accountability.
Suki, you don't have to carry that burden alone.
You always say that, but when you do, it always means just taking it on yourself. It's always all or nothing with you, and you're always so quiet about it. You never stand up for yourself. Or when you do, it's always way too late, and it just explodes out. I don't know what I'm doing. I I don't want to make things harder for anyone here, but I don't want to betray what I think is right and wrong. I hate being this biased. I hate wanting to forgive him. I hate all of these decisions. All this pretending I don't know how miserable you are so we can just keep going the way things were. All this acting dumb. All this, she's probably just not hungry. It's just for her dad. I just want everyone to be okay.
As Atsuka said that, Takiko almost immediately pulled her into a tight... It pulled them into a tight hug. Atsuka seemed stunned at first, but leaned against her.
Suki.
Jesus. I really thought someone was about to die. I'm gonna have to change the title of the video to Daily Life Part 1.
Suki. I'm so sorry.
Huh? What do you...
I've been horrible too. I just used my dare yesterday as an excuse to let everything out. I had no idea you were hurting this much. I was so focused on myself, on constantly feeling like I'm no one's first choice, that I took it out on you.
Well, hey, I'm just here. I'm the middleman. I'm just watching. Shinku's in the corner, just like writing.
And that wasn't fair.
I'm the one that should be sorry, Taki. I had no idea how much you were hurting. I just kept shrugging it off, downplaying it. I kept telling myself you could deal with it yourself. I've been awful to you. I knew it. I knew it would hurt you if I ran off with Taka after everything I told you about him. But I did it anyway because I missed him.
Suki, I wasn't hurt because you wanted to hang out with other people. I was hurt because I knew how much he'd hurt you. I never wanted to see you be hurt. I couldn't understand why you were doing that to yourself. But in the process, I've just hurt you more, haven't I?
I can't hold it against you. I can't imagine what this last month has been like for you. Taki. No. Kiko. I'm so worried about you. I'm so worried about how distant you've been, about how much you leave on those plates. It all reminds me a lot of when I was younger. And I don't want anyone else I care about to go through the same kind of suffering I did.
I hate the audience. I hate them so much. Why do they get the right to say that I'm awful when all I was trying to do was feel like I had some sort of control for once?
Bro, Ismene is probably dead right now. Ismene is probably in the room clutching her chest on the ground with her eyes rolled back in her head. She's freaking deceased.
I don't get it. I hated feeling leered at. I hated feeling hurt. I hated feeling like there was no way out. I just wanted to feel like if something happened, I wouldn't just have to take the hurt for once.
Jeez, she is going all out. The voice actor is going all out. Meanwhile, Shinku is just a whole taking slight steps.
That has just gotten me hurt all over again. It's taken away everything. My career's over. My life is over. Sachi is homeless. And it's all that stupid audience's fault. But if no one here was going to care about me, if I was going to be second place to everyone, or just someone to use as a cheap replacement for a person they care more about, it's even more stupid. I wanted the audience to like me.
Hey, I'm just here. Don't expect me to start talking. I'm not even doing anything. Alright, we're back. Okay.
And it was really the only thing I had control of. My body. That is, it's the only thing I have left that's entirely mine. Everything else is commercialized. Perfectly controlled by my agency. Manufactured. Malleable based on what's needed in the moment.
Malleable. My bad.
Or taken away from me by this stupid person. I thought if I just lost a few more pounds, if I just looked smaller, weaker, if they could see how much I was hurting, then maybe some of them would spare me some pity. Maybe some of them would care. Maybe some of them would love me. Maybe some of them would see how close I am to my breaking point.
It'd be like that.
Kiko! Oh, Kiko!
Okay, when are we gonna hear someone scream at the top of their lungs?
You have no idea. You don't need the approval of some stupid strangers you've never met. I love you so much, Kiko. I haven't connected with a friend on this level in so long. I want you to be okay. You deserve to be okay. We deserve to be okay. None of us deserve to be here. This world is cruel and hard, and maybe it's not made for people like us. But we can live in spite of it all. We can make our own corner of the world where we can finally just relax and be ourselves. And I promise, when you're able to be yourself, I won't see you as any cheap copy or fill-in for anyone. I'll just see you as you, and you'll be the most beautiful person in the world. I can't wait to meet you.
Suki.
She leaned against each other, staying close and holding one another like they were the last people left alive on Earth. I feel like a fool. I feel like how much either of them had been struggling. To step back, leaving the two of them in a moment. I didn't want to make anything worse. It involved me, but I realized that in part, I had to contribute to all this. Though I continue my dare in good faith for seeing that, I couldn't make Takika's suffering worse. That's just what the game wanted. If it didn't matter in case either of them needed my help, after a while I was barely approached by Takiko. Is everything okay? Is Asuka? They'll be better soon. I think they're just going to need a bit. I'm going to stay here with them if that's okay. You can come meet up with Miss Mene. Don't worry. You sure? I really don't mind staying if either of you need my help. Takiko nodded slightly, her voice quiet. Alright, I trust you. One last thing. Sorry, Takiko. Huh? Shinko, you're... I know, I don't care. I don't want to make you feel any worse than you currently are. That wouldn't be fair on you or Takati. Kiko looked me up and down as if she was trying to assess just how genuine I was before looking at me with a small smile. Thank you. I should apologize to you, huh? And admit, I was only really following you around today because I thought I could do my dirty on you, but I don't think I can now. Not to anyone. Not after my chat with Sugi. I can't do that to anyone. What? But Takiko, that means your truth. I know, but that's okay. My career is over if I get out of here anyway. These probably think it's disturbed, but I'm just very used to trying to appeal to people who don't really care about me. That's pretty silly to keep doing, huh? So let whatever they want get out about me. Whatever they want get out about me. Let people hate me. Let's see how shallow and narrow-minded everyone is. So that's what you're happy doing. Don't let me stop you. Just take care, okay? You two stay safe. I don't want you getting hurt. You too. I just hope Takiko isn't manipulating them. Let's hope not. He stepped out of the shower block, leaving the two of them in each other's company. I knew deep down I wasn't always a good person. My own flaws were becoming harder to ignore. At some point, I needed to stop doing things, trying to rectify past mistakes, and start doing things for their own sake. But trying to fix things felt easier than living with that reality of what I'd done. I was snapped to my thoughts as soon as I left. Samantha quickly rushed up to me and saw me. She was in panic.
You mean?
Shinku, you have to come quickly.
Hold on.
Everything okay? We're trying to explain this, Michael. We have to help her. She's in the infirmary. Michael, what? Just come quickly. We rushed to the infirmary as fast as we could. Rushed to the infirmary. I noticed Michael on one of the beds, looking ashamed. Her sleeve was rolled up and there was a small plaster on it.
Dear.
Are you doing any better? Has it stopped bleeding? I think... Yeah. Okay, will y'all stop? Will y'all stop? It was first it was Asuga, now it was Maiko. Stop.
Maiko.
What happened? Are you okay? It's okay, Shishi. I know Pinky promised I would need help. I wouldn't need help. You really don't need help. What? I don't want to be a bother. It's nothing serious. They seem pretty panicked. Right, I'm fine. It's just a little scratch. You are carving a Y into your skin. What? I didn't go through with it, I swear. I didn't want to be, and I didn't want to in the first place, but hey, it's okay. I pushed her carefully and held her hand, rubbing my thumb against the top of it. I was really scared. I was really scared when people would think of me when my truth came out tomorrow. I was scared you all would stop being so kind to me. I promise I won't, okay? No matter what happens. No matter how bad a secret is for you, we're not going to let you get hurt. But I'll just end up hurting others. I always do. I really tried. I really did. I really tried to do it, but I couldn't. I got one letter deep when Ismay found me crying. I'm such a failure. Don't say that, huh? You're not a failure for doing something the game told you to do, and you're definitely not a failure for not being able to fully go through with it. I'm just glad you're okay. You really gave me a scare. My goodness. I'm just glad I passed you up when I did. Was it serious? Not really. This stuff is touchy for me. I usually worry when I see someone hurting themselves. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I thought it would be quick, but I didn't want to see her name on me. So long, she was everything to me, but that wasn't great, was it? Wait. I based so much of myself on her for so long. It wasn't fair on her. I think I'll always miss her, but doing this dare is just going to make me seem more weird to her. Okay, we're almost on the right track here. It was everything. Everything I wasn't. Slim, pretty, made for TV. She could make friends faster than I could. She never struggled with school. She just seemed on a whole other level compared to me. I guess by putting her so high on a pedestal and convincing myself that I was nothing compared to her. And I made her less and less of a person to me. More and more of an icon. Maybe that's why I feel so comfortable doing what I did to her. I stopped seeing her as human. Or maybe you just started seeing yourself as less human because you were different from what you thought you once were meant to be. I guess that's kind of it. I'm sorry, I've always been a bit hopeless. I've just felt so different from everyone else. I think someone some people are just different. If you want my opinion, then those differences can be used to cause great harm or great good. Only you can really decide what you want to do with it. Yeah, I write books and I try to make people laugh. That's why I'm a YouTuber. The floor extends outside of the walls. And just don't harm yourself over it, please. I know recognizing your own flaws can be hard, but it's good in the long run, I promise. Once you recognize them, you can start to work on them. I don't even know where to start. You guys weren't taking care of me like this, being kind. This whole thing would feel like the end of the world. I just know it. No, I'm sure it does, because in a sense, it is. Oh, okay. Wow, that's not reassuring. It'll feel awful for a while. It absolutely will. You will loathe yourself deeply and lash out at others. You will hate yourself and isolate yourself from everyone in hopes of no one having to deal with you. This is really not helping. But no matter how bad things get, someone will always come along on one day and stretch their hand out to you and want you to do better. It's up to you to get yourself to a point where you feel confident that you could take it without digging your nails in. Huh? Then things will start to feel better. Losing one person doesn't mean you've lost your whole world. Mary looked over at me and when she said that, Micah, dwelling on her words a little bit. Also, if I'm being more blunt, it's not worth it to engage in the cat's nonsense. Everyone has already seen the worst of you with your crime review, I assure you. No, I guess if they already hate me, they can't possibly hate me anymore. I just don't get why you're being so kind to me now. Think of it as an apology for how I acted before your attempt. I took it too far. I'm sorry. I made you feel something. But if I can at least give you a little more help now and move forward being more considerate, even if you are corrupt. Wait, so have you skipped your dare today, Is? No, absolutely not. It's not for me illusion yesterday. If it makes you feel any better, I've also thought about a hair. Now, do you want us to help make take you back to your son, Michael, or do you think you can keep an eye on you on here? You want to keep an eye on you here? If you're offering to walk me back, I'd really appreciate it. Actually, got busy. I'd like some time to think for a bit. Sure, we can always just take some time for books later. No need. I found a myriad of books that might be useful. Okay, Ismene picked up from one of the counters. It was a rather large pile of books. Found all of those that quickly. Oh my gosh, that's more books than I've ever read in my entire life. You underestimate my understanding of the Dewey Decimal System. It simply is unmatched. I prefer the Nippon Decimal Classification. It just makes a little more sense to me, but I can't deny its roots. I like the manga section, and the bit where they sell all the plushies and trading cards. That's very nice, Michael. Yeah, her freaking dare is definitely to be nice. Anyway, we can drop these off with Laura on our way to the common room. Let's get moving. I hate when Ismene has good points. We wandered out of the infirmary. I was glad it was nothing too serious with Michael, and that Ismene was able to help her. But anything with Michael put me on edge after her attempt, even if it was enforced by the prison itself. I was a little apprehensive about leaving her alone for the night, but my apprehension turned to confusion after we walked into a small conflict occurring in the hallway. Okay, is someone gonna die yet? I'm anxious. Now, let's all settle down and be responsible. We're all friends here, no?
No.
Wang, it has been 1 day since we let you out of confinement. And you understand how bad acting out already looks for you? Hey, come on, it was hardly acting out. It was just curious and wanted a small peek. If you ask me, this stuff should be public knowledge. What? Who had various rolls of bits of construction paper in his arms, looking over at the two girls staring him down. Is wanting to know things such a crime? Girl, what? You could have just asked. Going out of your way to steal the blueprints just reeks of suspicion. I'm sorry, what did you do? Kid, back me up here. You're telling us to do with, libraries and stuff. Everyone's got a right to education, no? I hardly see how relevant how that's relevant to this. Wang. You went out of your way to steal the blueprints I'd mapped out of the prison sewage system. I cannot see how such a thing would be useful to you unless you were planning something dangerous. Just in the beginning. It's just innocent curiosity, I assure you. You can't be that curious about where shit goes when you flush it. Well, maybe I was just trying to formulate my own escape plan, The maybe doesn't really fill me with much confidence on that one. If you are interested in helping, I'd much rather you come to me directly than go behind my back and potentially damage my work. Doing it like this is not anything from my doing anything for my perception of you. Aw, Doc, I've had good behavior right up to this point. Cut me some slack. Once again, you've been out of confinement for a few hours at most and already started shitting. What? Wait, I'm inclined to believe this isn't as bad as it looks. And why exactly do you think that? I don't mean to be rude, but I believe some of you have forgotten the current motive. Wait, right, this could just be a dare. What? No, that couldn't be the case. Because the surgery was exaggerated weeks, Dr. Lena seems to let out a sigh. Right, that's most likely the case. I apologize, I got ahead of myself. Don't you even sweat it, happens to the best of us. Motive is so stupid. I know we can't say our dares, but there's so many ways around that rule, it might as well not exist. I let it slide this time, considering the circumstances. Just please give me back the blueprints. They're all yours. Raise a hand and let the blueprints stop to the floor. Leaving us to pick them up. Dr. Nolinius let an exasperated sigh at the sight of them on the ground. I know you want toots. Lucius man then walked over to Maiko, pushed her fringe a little bit, and gave her a small kiss on the forehead. Sir! Seemed to practically short circuit at that. You're so welcome. When he started walking off, he really knew how to get under my skin. It's hard to believe he still acts like this at 35. Jesus. He's quite the character. Something about this just doesn't quite sit right with me, though. I'll get him back to his cell for the rest of the night and have someone watch him this time. I'll let him out again tomorrow, but I'd rather him not be wandering around at night, at least. At least, dude, at least. Sorry, I have to change my sitting position again. Hold on, I should probably change this better position. Hold on. Alright, let's go. Yeah, that seems sensible. Alright, Laura, here are the books you asked Kato to get. Minnie wandered over and plopped the books down. There had a large stack of books in her arms. You just saw Dr. Williams not balance a little. She had trouble holding them all. Oh wow, that's quite a few. I wanted to be thorough. I see. I'm going to take these back to the lab. Chantel, can you pick up the blueprints and take them there too? Thank you. You're the boss. For how the two of them normally acted and seemed to be working fairly well for once, albeit Lyra seemed to be primarily operating on autopilot, but at least there weren't any major conflicts. Dr. Melina was so hasty to get back to work, she'd already disappeared down the hallway by the time Lyra went down the blueprints had dropped on the ground. As she did, a small bundle of pillows clattered out of her pocket. Shit. She went to pick them up and slipped them back in, but as many beat her to it, picking the bottle up and inspecting the label, which seemed to put Lyra on edge. Hey, give that back. What is this? Just some painkillers. It's not Chantel. Who on earth gave you these? I know very well you can't access any of this nonsense yourself. Hey, I know you want to be harsh, but you should let her have the ibuprofen if she... I promise you, these are not just painkillers, just straight up opioid. Lyra! Oh. I assumed we'd agreed not to give her access to any of these. you crazy? I practically stopped functioning. Do you want me to go cold turkey? Are you insane? I don't know who's enabling you. This is hardly healthy. Since when were you a doctor? Lyra, surely you can't understand how severe this is. I'm sorry, we're in a killing game. It's not exactly the best fucking rehab center, is it? If you keep doing this, you'll die. You think I don't already know that? Lyra, can you stop so carelessly disregarding your own life for 5 minutes? Christ! Why do you even care? You don't even like me. You're just acting like you care because of your dare or whatever. That doesn't matter. I don't want anyone hurting themselves like this. There is no way there's no way to live your life. Show your capricious? What does that mean? Obnoxious, lazy, disrespectful, and have no regard for anyone, including yourself. That doesn't mean you should die. No one deserves to feel small, like they have no choice. They have no other opinion. That includes you. And it's frustrating how you keep running around and destroying yourself and others because you just decided that's the way you are. It's cowardly to lie to yourself and act like there's no other way because you're scared of change. Stop this nonsense, Lyra. You're just making excuses to stay in your misery. You keep acting like there's no way out and that you've just tricked everyone with your looks or whatever stupid lie you've made up with yourself. When the only person you tricked is yourself, thinking this is just some big romantic tragic way to live. But quite frankly, it's just sad and pathetic. Christ, people like you drive me crazy. What do you care so little about yourself? It's ridiculous. Maybe I was a little harsh. No, she's right on the money. God, I think I'm gonna go. Laura's probably waiting. Hey, she didn't mean... Thank you, People, don't stop doing that. Please don't stop doing that. Doing what? Saying it exactly as it is. Once again, in the moment, Lyra seemed very small as she looked at Mene with unreadable eyes. She just seemed stunned, perhaps a little in awe. But she left the booth shyly, making no attempt to fight Mene or take the pills, since she had already clearly had an impact. Mene seemed to take a few deep breaths. It seemed multiple people had been stressing her out today. I quietly placed a hand on her shoulder, and almost like clockwork, those words slipped out from my mouth, just like they had with you. Hey, it's going to be okay. I know, let's just get Michael back to her cell. Okay. Sorry if I caused any extra hassle. It's fine, really. Then I gave Michael a much softer smile for her standard and started walking back to the cell block. His hand hovered near my own on the journey, and without thinking, I found myself holding it, gently rubbing my thumb on the back of her hand. Michael was someone who very quickly became attached to others and relied on them. Someone like Fu would have an advantage of that, would take advantage of that, giving her empty pipe dreams, giving her little bits of validation for keep her satisfied. Someone like him would have no right to comment on my friendship with her. I just wanted to hear her okay. At least that's what I wanted to think. Maybe Takiko was the only person I was using to substitute in for someone I'd lost. Toxic Yuri? Toxic Yuri? It's Toxic Yuri.
Dear.
Are you going to be okay on your own? You're not going to attempt that silly little dare again, are you? Yeah, I should be fine, really. Don't worry about me. I'm just a little too much of a scaredy cat to do my dare anyway. Besides, I couldn't live with that reminder of her on me. I'm just scared of what you guys are going to think tomorrow when my truth comes out.
Of course.
Hey, no matter what it is, we'll talk through it and try to understand, okay? Okay, if you promise. I promise. Dr. really has to make sure of it. Alright, well, if you're sure. Thank you for helping me, really. I have been playing this game for nearly 6 hours. You guys just keep being so nice to me. I'm really not used to this. I don't know what I'm going to do when it eventually ends. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud. Sorry. I'll stop bothering you and head to my cell now. Thank you once again, really. Marco smiled and headed into her cell, leaving me and his many standing in the hallway. It was just the two of us, as many seemed to decompress a little, and with a certain weight leaving her shoulders, a certain weakness returning to her.
Christ.
You okay? Yes. I'm just not good at this sort of thing. With what? People harming themselves. When I see people turn to that, it reminds me of Dakota. When I saw him hook up to all those machines, I felt angry. I felt frustrated. Mainly at the professor, but also I was angry at myself. I was so frustrated at myself for not saying anything, for not doing anything sooner, for not saying the right things. Hooked up to what machine? Did I miss something? When I saw Michael with the cut, I just thought maybe this time I could help in a way that would just cause more pain. So you did care about him. God, I tried to convince myself I didn't, but this awful feeling in my chest, to make this awful feeling in my chest go away, but I shouldn't have. It was foolish. I'm just glad none of you who listened to me when I was spewing all that nonsense about picking him during the hostage motive. I was angry. I was upset. I was blaming my friends because it was easier than acknowledging that I'd hurt them almost as much as that horrible professor. It was easier than admitting that I was entirely responsible for my loneliness. But I've realized you can't stay in your own fantasies, in your own narratives you construct to make the truth more palpable or palatable. Reality, while often harsh and hard to stomach, is all we have to live with. If you start projecting it, then, as many looked away, well, we've both seen what can happen. You see her as your second chance, don't you? Huh? That's oblivious. Everyone sees how you look at her. Like you're looking at someone else in her smile. Like you're staring at a ghost. I don't want the same thing happen again. I just let it happen once more. I couldn't live with myself. Just don't be stupid. That in itself is a fantasy. She's her own person with her own mistakes. Playing house with her isn't going to end well for either of you. You can trust me. I promise I'm not stupid. Besides, we promised each other we wouldn't give in to this game, didn't we? I suppose you are just making sure she doesn't harm herself. That I can't fault you for. Oh, this is taking so long. I'm not complaining though. This is good. Anyway, I'm rather fatigued. If you don't mind, I'm going to excuse myself for a while. Take care, Iz. I'll see you later. As I watched my spending leave and return to my own cell for some downtime, my own dare today was a lost cause, so I didn't really have much to do for the whole rest of the day. Suppose I could try to find some others who are already done with their day. Nope. I'm going to bed. I'm taking a nap. Okay, it didn't even give me a save. And the music's going away. Okay, give me a second. Okay, the daily life has to be close to ending now. Because when the daily life ends, then I'll be able to start the deadly life, and that's when I'm going to end this part of this recording. Because, Jesus, I want to play the game. So I did what I usually did to try and make myself more tired. I decided to go for a walk. I was still dwelling on what happened to Courtyard, a stranger person in my house, those eyes. What was in this closet? Warping, melting, fusing into one. Are they really all the same to me? I'd always sought warmth and validation from others, but that was human, wasn't it? Everyone did that. I had no reason to feel guilty for wanting to be loved. The problem was far deeper than that, wasn't it? In the end, I only latched on to school so quickly because he admired me just like Ichi did. It was easy, and it was nice, and meant still, even I had initially approached him with the wrong mindset, I owed it to him, to see them as their own people, even if they're only there after death. I wouldn't forget them, that's what I promised myself, which is perhaps why I found myself walking to the courtyard again. Taking care of their graves was the least I could do for them. Oh, Zeke is here. There was someone else hunched by Mint's grave, putting pink blossoms down on it. The ground is recently upturned, robbed of its greenery and sparkling with glimmering salt. Salt in the soil would will grow for new flowers there. Must have been a dare. Ezekiel looked like he was holding something back. Hesitated for a moment, lingering by the door. Wasn't sure what to do. Considered leaving before I could.
It should have been me. God damn it. As messy as it was, he had a family to get back to. A family he wanted to get back to. He had a life outside of here with meaning, purpose. He wasn't just chasing fame. He used to talk about me coming over to his family's farm after the game, trying his mom's cooking, sitting around the table and getting me to eat vegetables for once.
You don't eat vegetables? Dude, you have peak physical form. Look at me.
Said if he couldn't convince me, then his mom would. That I'd better be on my best behavior so she'd consider me a nice young man or whatever. And you know what I was thinking the whole time, Shinku?
He called me by my name. So he did notice it was me.
I was thinking that it could happen. But I also knew, even if I wasn't around, that he'd still be able to go home and have that dinner. Deal with his dad. Maybe he'd even be able to stand up and fix things for once. That he could go on after this and live a better life. I figured, hey, even if I kicked the bucket, at least it wouldn't be someone like Mint. Someone who's got shit going on out there.
It's bad that I'm wearing a face mask, but I'm not wearing one to where it could be tampered with.
I figured a whole lot of stupid shit for someone I'd only met a month prior. I guess it just felt like I'd known him longer. When he died, it really felt like we lost something. You know? I hate that he died a victim. It just made everyone assume he was weak, helpless, that he had no will of his own, that this was inevitable, a sacrifice. I hated how it seemed like I was the only person who actually knew who we'd lost. Everyone else seemed to think he was something he was not. It felt unfair. It pissed me the hell off. Even weeks after, I thought, the feeling would subside, but I just kept on seeing reminders he was gone. I saw that stupid bitter tea he made me by my bedside. His cell got locked off. The courtyard started getting all overgrown. I couldn't stand it, so I tried to at least make things right. So I didn't have to think about it. I started cutting down the courtyard, pushing it back a bit, putting it back to how he left it. And when I was chopping down the overgrowth, I found his grave, his killers, and a whole bunch of flowers by it. Someone had been leaving them for weeks.
Don't tell me you're about to kill me, good sir.
So, tell me.
Don't kill me. Ezekiel stood up and turned to face me, his eyes sharp.
Who are you here to mourn?
Rose up, looking over at him, unsure what to
Go
say.
on. Don't be shy.
Zeke.
It was cut off as Ezekiel stepped towards me, his voice overpowering mine. Oh no.
Say it. It's one word. Should be easy to say.
Listen,
If you don't see it as a problem, it should be easy to admit.
Please, just...
No reason to hesitate, is there?
Getting closer and closer to me, but for some reason I felt paralyzed in fear. I couldn't move my legs no matter how much I screamed at them to run.
Who are you here to mourn?
Ezekiel, I know you're hurting right now, and
As I said, a small smile curled Ezekiel's face for a moment. Weird qualm falling over him. I eased up a little, letting him a brief moment to breathe. As I continued, I felt two hands grab my jacket and pull me face up close. The tight grip was enraged. Oh no. No! Chill! Please! Chill! Chill! You can't kill a main character!
God, you're impressive, Sam. Every single time I think you couldn't piss me off more, you somehow find a way. You're here nearly every single day, disrespecting his goddamn memory and treating his killer like a saint. And you're not even man enough to admit it.
Am I covering any of the scene? No, I'm not. So, he can't kill me, and I don't think he's going to die right in front of me. He's probably going to get knocked out by the janitor, dude.
Making a million excuses to why it's alright to do. Why he was a good person. Are you joking? He was a murderer. He let Mint die a long, agonizing death because he was a coward. And you're still gonna stand here and act like you gave a shit about Mint? Don't make me laugh.
I cared about Mint. I was on my hands and I was on my knees, my hands behind my head, remember?
You don't know the first thing about him. If you're idealizing his killer this much, I don't even want to know what you've warped Mint into being in your mind. If you're so obsessed with that coward, I could kill you here and bury you right next to him.
wait, please!
I closed my eyes, my whole body's shaking. Before Ezekiel could say anything else, he dropped me on the ground, turning away from me.
Get the hell out of here.
Didn't say another word before I wobbled to my feet, leaving the courtyard. I wanted to believe that Ezekiel was just being emotional, violent, irrational, but an awful guilty face feeling filled my stomach as I found myself on the floor of my cell later that night, holding Dracul's pen for some sort of confirmation that he was human. I wasn't wrong for mourning him. I hated him being so aware that it was like this. I wish, in part, I was blind by my issues, but now that I could see it clearly, I knew I couldn't keep living like this without changing something about how I thought. I miss Mint. I do too. Clutching my promise of not giving in to the game, the monitor in my cell snapped on like clockwork as midnight hit.
Hello, my lovely prisoners.
And now I want to end the game. This freaking cat, dog.
It's midnight, which marks the end of our second day of Truth or Dare. Having fun? Enjoying yourself?
No.
Well, yesterday, Shinku, Takiko, Alora, Molly, and Fu didn't complete their dares. Therefore, they've all chosen to have their truths revealed instead.
Boo didn't do it?
Only 5? Seems like more and more people are doing their dares. Starting to have some stuff you don't want revealed coming out.
I feel like food. What? I'm guessing Fu didn't do it because he was afraid of getting jumped.
Well, I suppose it's not surprising
Like 4
how
women
many
in a
of
van.
you have some major skeletons in your closet, considering you're all criminals. But still. Speaking of those skeletons, let's get to revealing those truths. Starting with prisoner 01, Shinku Katsuki. On an alternative account, Shinku writes harsh, often bordering on bullying, reviews for fanfiction of media he's interested in or of his own novels. Many of these fanfictions are written by children.
We all know this. Who didn't write fanfiction when they were 5? Other than, probably everybody watching this video.
God, what is he, 14? That's pretty pathetic if you ask me. I don't know about those kids, but if I found out Shinku Katsuki himself was seriously criticizing my ex-reader fanfiction, I'd probably...
I'm not gonna let that finish. Okay, now that's being a bit dramatic. Stamp
Now
cat.
on to prisoner 04, Takiko Uchiyama, whose second truth is... Takiko has an eating disorder she has no intention of recovering from. The malnourishment helps her seem younger and aids her image. As a result of this, she holds harsh and judgmental views on anyone overweight.
Is she looking? She's looking at me, isn't she? She's giving me a heavy side eye. If I was, I swear, she's looking at me. Badass. Oh.
Wow, really makes you think how genuine her friendship was with Prisoner 12 then, doesn't it? Anyway, on to our favorite biochemist, Prisoner 06, Allura Alenius. Her first truth was such a nothing burger. Let's hope this second one is more interesting. For the sake of her career and parents' reputation, Allura consistently endorses a piece of psychology research that resulted in the abuse and neglect of her twin sister, who she helped cover up the existence of.
What? Dr. Alenius wouldn't do something like... She has a sister? There's no way in the research in question, the Wonder Child paper, my mother was certain that was credible.
Now that's juicy. Her perfect reputation isn't looking so squeaky clean now, is it? But I'm interested to see how she'll try to dismiss and downplay it tomorrow at those little meetings she's made everyone go along to. If they'll even want to follow her lead after this has come out. Now, Prisoner 12, Molly Yuzuki, what exactly was your truth today? You certainly tried to do your dare, but just couldn't go through with it at the end. That seems to be how it is for a lot of things with you, huh?
Rude. I'm gonna turn off my camera for a second. Yeah, because I'm like, oh, I'm dying in this mask. Ugh. She seemed pretty determined. This truth would make me hate her. I was morbidly curious what it was. I hoped it wasn't something I'd be able to, I hoped it would be something I'd be able to defend.
Molly used to obsessively follow lol cows and read hate forums on them to make herself feel like she was a better person comparatively.
Oh, hey, as long as she's making fun of that one Reddit guy, a freaking dude who promoted that scam, oh my god. He looked like a Redditor, Jesus Christ. Balding man, oh my god. Ah, well, it could have been a lot worse.
Well, guess if you were on the hate forums anyway to harass Yui's competition, you might as well get the most of it, huh? I wonder what the forums are saying about you now. Your threads must be a gold mine. And last and honestly probably least, we've got Prisoner 9, Fu Wang.
His last name is Wong. I've been calling him Wang. I'm still calling him Wang.
Gosh, all that fuss about letting him out of his cell so he can do his dares, and he didn't even do his? What a poser.
Wait, wasn't stealing the Brute Princess there? Unless he was lying. Which could mean something, seemed like something Fu would do. Maybe letting him out of his cell is a bad idea.
Anyway, his second truth is... Fu has ruined a small rural community through endorsing and organizing a marketing campaign that made them entirely reliant on products that were unhealthy, processed, and lacked proper nutritional value.
McDonald's?
This resulted in the community developing several health issues that they were unable to treat properly due to their limited access to healthcare, as the nearest hospital wasn't for miles and was incredibly expensive.
McDonald's?
Holy shit! And that's just a random truth? Not just his crime? How can it get worse than that? It's only day 2! Well, we'll see if you still want to keep him out of his cell after learning about that. For now, I'll let you get back to bed. See you bright and early tomorrow, prisoners, for our 3rd day of Truth or Dare!
I don't want to do this anymore. The monitor buzzed off, and I felt I was left in the dark room of my room. At least in comparison to the others, my truths practically looked like nothing, but these truths were starting to get more and more alarming. Made me wonder what they'd dig up to about me tomorrow, but only time will tell. Yeah, someone's definitely dying tomorrow. All I could do now was fall asleep while I was still blessed with ignorance. Ow. Fu destroyed a small community. I didn't even get to read what that said. I woke up to the third day, surprisingly early. It was well before our usual morning meeting time when I found myself rolling in bed, unable to get back to sleep. Maybe I was just anxious to see what they dig up today, or just wanted to get today over with. But despite how early it was, the same level that had been there the previous 2 days was on the same spot on my desk once again. No, guess I might as well rip the bandage off. I sighed and wandered over to it. The whole song and dance had become a routine at this point. I was curious of what it would become on what point it would become tedious to the audience. I slipped over the envelope and the truth read at hearing.
You used to include characters based off of people you didn't like in your class in your novels, often killing them off in brutal and twisted ways for catharsis. Hey, I changed the names at least.
I would be honest, I would do the same thing. I would have done the same thing if I was writing all that time ago. I could try to justify it, but it's always what I turn to, and it was sort of bad. It was just so cathartic. I could make a reality whatever I wanted to, or it to be when I wrote. I just confined myself to the way things actually were. I could make a world where they laid off me and got to the one being beaten and got to be the ones getting beaten down for once. Yeah, it is definitely like that, especially when it comes to bullies. It's better than what some other people did to their bullies. I really wasn't going to send my fans after them, was I? No one would be able to connect the characters to their real-world counterparts. They weren't anyone famous or relevant, or with any kind of online presence. Still, I think the others would be more wary of me if they heard about it. If it came out, there would be 3 truths outed. All these truths about me aren't too bad in isolation, but if they keep piling up, my reputation is going to start souring before I know it. And if it gets too bad, then we know what's going to happen.
I hope the dare isn't too bad. Avoid Prisoner 12 for the entire day. Do not talk to her alone, and ignore her if she tries to speak with you. Oh.
Prisoner 12, that's Maiko. She's become pretty reliant on me. I don't know how she feels if I suddenly started ignoring her. I might think it's because of her truth from yesterday. But it's only one day, and surely she's smart enough to realize it's nothing personal. Just realize it's a dare. Well, we thought Fu stealing the blueprints yesterday was a dare, and that clearly wasn't the case. Even so, maybe a little bit of separation would be a good thing. It would be healthy for both of us. Maybe Ismene was right. Maybe I'd gotten a little too carried away in thinking that helping Maiko would make up for my past mistakes. I shouldn't be cleaning up the past like this anymore. It's wrong. I need to clear my head. Took my style so I walked to prison. Hopefully I managed to decide what to do. So early. Barely anyone else is awake. The prison seems entirely empty. Shinku, the truth isn't that bad. Please don't be stupid. But as I entered the canteen, I realized one other person awake. Dr. Elena is alone in the canteen, sitting in quiet contemplation. She holding something in her hands. I approached her quietly. I rarely got to speak to her alone. She was always so busy. I have heard about it. Last night,
Dr.
still.
Elenius.
Katsuki.
She seemed a little surprised to see me. Quickly trying to hide what she was holding. You're up early. Is something the matter? No, I just thought I'd clear my head. What you got there? Elena sat outside and slowly pulled out what she was hiding in front of the table. A doll?
Takahiro made me this.
Oh. What's in her ear? Does she have a hearing aid? In Laura's hands, the sloppy, awkward construction doll. Whatever Takahiro could get his hands on.
Is that...
Yes. It's a doll. He gave it to me yesterday. as a way to say thank you for giving him a second chance. He told me that there's nothing wrong with having a few embarrassing hobbies here and there. And while I might not have my full collection here, he wanted to try making this place nicer for me, like I've made it nicer for everyone.
He really said all of that?
More or less. Although I subtracted his usual Taka-isms for the sake of brevity.
Huh. That's really sweet, actually.
Takahiro is quite the handful, but he does have his moments. I really needed this when he gave it to me. I'm grateful, honestly.
Have you been alright? I mean,
If you want the truth, Kutsuki, I really do want to keep everyone here safe. That's my highest priority. I know it's unlikely I can do anything to save everyone here, but if I can, I want to. I know some of the people here likely don't deserve that, but I do want them all to be breathing at the end of this. I'm not making as much progress procuring an exit as I'd like to be, though. And as the motive gets more severe, I doubt my efforts to keep everyone reasonable and collaborative throughout it will be much help to resolve conflict. Especially as information comes out about me, I'm sure the others will start to trust me less and less. I'm tired, Kutsuki.
Jeez.
I don't know how much longer I can keep this up. Delaying the inevitable, that is.
Don't kill me.
Dr. Elenius.
I want to save everyone. It's like there's this little, illogical, emotional, childish voice in my head who wants everyone to be okay, whether or not they deserve it. Whether or not it's possible. And it's silly, because being logical, I know that can never happen. I know I'm just stalling, buying time at best. And yet,
Elias looked out at the doll, falling silent for a moment.
seeing that others hold that same childish belief, that same desire, and that they genuinely trust I can make it possible, it brings me hope. It gives me the energy to keep going. Even if there's only a small, tiny, insignificant chance that everything will turn out all right. Isn't that chance still worth chasing?
Dr. Elenius, that's a lot of pressure you put on yourself. Are you sure you'll be alright? She nodded, turning to her usual professionalism. I've had pressure placed on me as long as I can remember. I work better under it, really. But thank you for your concern. I'm not great at expressing it, but it does mean a lot to me. I think all of this means a lot more than you let on. It's nothing to be ashamed of. I know. But personal bias always seems to complicate things, unless I try to disconnect. Treat this all like it's just work. It's safer that way, but it's undeniable at this point that I care. And just that does terrify me, quite frankly. Huh? I'll never forgive myself if I fail, if I let them get hurt. So, we won't let that happen. No matter what happens, no matter what roadblocks are in the way, I just have to keep on moving. Somebody is about to die. We have to keep on moving. Huh. I suppose you're right. She has gloves on. Doesn't that mean that she can touch the electrical stuff without getting shocked? The others should be arriving soon for the morning meeting. We should get ready. Of course, apologize if my truth has soured your opinion of me. Same here. But being unreasonable about these secrets is just what the game wants, right? So even if added context doesn't help it, I won't let it make me think less of you. Thank you, Kutsuki. Oh, and one last thing before the others arrive. Happy Valentine's Day. Today is Valentine's Day. Huh? Apologize if you wanted any chocolate or anything. I don't have any, but I've been counting the days to their last confirmed point. Yuzuki's birthday. Today marks Valentine's Day. I know it doesn't particularly change anything, but it's nice to at least know the time. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. You have anyone special in your life? Not in a traditional sense. I've never been one for relationships, but yes, I have someone I do care about quite a bit, if that counts. It's for them as well. That I want to keep everyone. I want everyone to be safe. Nice. The greatest form of showing you love someone is by helping them live their life to the fullest, however you can. Perhaps in a way, continue to try and find a way for us to all get out, despite it practically being impossible. My form of Valentine's Day gift to everyone. That's really nice, Dr. Alenius. Or Alenius. It's oddly sweet coming from someone like you. I think it's a perfectly natural desire. Laura smiled at me as the others started to filter in one by one, having various bits of food chatting amongst themselves. Filtering one by one for a single meeting. Please fight, please fight, please fight. Thank you all for coming once again. I appreciate you coming despite...
Fuck off.
I'm just here for answers. What the hell are all these truths about? Yeah, some of them do seem like a real step up for embarrassing self-insert fanfiction and doll collecting. I appreciate everyone has questions that I answered, but let's be reasonable here. Try to take things one at a time. Let's do it how we started last time. Let's start with Kusuke. So now you're stalling? You're reasonable.
Oh, no!
Hey, I trusted Lori. There must be an explanation. I'm sure she'll share it when it gets around to her. Let's just trust in her method for now. There must be some reason for it. Can you shut up? Please. Besides, the quicker we're done with it, the quicker we can get on with our days. Thank you, Takahiro. The quicker somebody can die. First and foremost, does anyone have any questions for Kusugi?
Is that all?
Not particularly. It's normal to criticize the work of children. They'll never learn if you don't. It is?
Hey! So not cool!
Yeah, it's totally normal. If they can make fun of my characters, I can make fun of theirs.
I need a drink.
Jesus Christ. Well, I don't particularly agree with him doing it, but at the very least, it was under an alternative account. You did it on your primary account. I'm sure that would trigger harassment. Yeah, it was under my ult. Don't worry. I don't even know what an ult or this fic fan shit is. No shit. Sam's into it. Doesn't surprise me he's stupid to bullying children either. He's too weak to hold his own against anyone his own age, so he's getting punched down. Coward. Just like...
Oh, what?
You went back to me last night how you beat a kid in a go-kart race and made him cry one time? That's different. I wasn't gonna lose. That shit would have been embarrassing. Didn't make anyone upset. I guess I got frustrated at how many people are misrepresenting my ideas or characters. It sounds silly, but I put a lot of myself into my stories and themes. When I see people mischaracterize them or miss the core message, it just frustrates me. It does be like that, though I don't think I really have any messages in my books. They're just books so far. I feel like I have to correct it so that idea doesn't perpetuate and damage the artistic integrity of my works. Of course, I probably went a little far with it. If it's just fiction, I don't particularly care. I mean, yeah, it's weird, but it's such a non-issue compared to all the other shit that came out. Okay, let's move on to Uchiyama's. Who? Now, I know you have some earlier self-reservations about her, but I'd like to ask how we approach this issue with sensitivity and grace. Please, if we can, I don't know why we'd even need to talk about it. Yeah, look at her face, dog. Jeez, it's been another hour. Oh, so now we're all about that. I'm not certain what you mean. You're joking. She's been starving herself to half to death for the last month. Isabel literally dumped all her leftovers in her room to teach her a lesson. I don't know that she was bullshit. Don't I pretend to feel bad now because it looked bad if you don't. I had no idea, really. I'm sorry, Takiko. I just wanted you to realize how severe your crime was. I didn't know you. I'm sorry. Why on earth are you apologizing? It's not your fault you felt you had to look like that. It really ain't. And my room is so hot in this hot ass fucking ass room I'm in. Carl is not the Grim Reaper. I mean, at least, we can help you. We just have to find some foods you like and... Are you insane? Well, I was just trying to... My entire career is built on the fact I look like this. I look young and small and easily approachable. When people are at their lowest moments, they don't want someone big and strong to drag them out into the light. They want someone small, gentle, on their level to take their hand and coax them out. Someone that can't possibly hurt them. I always had to be weak because that's what sells. If I don't, I have my looks. If I can't help people, if I'm not up to my agency standards, then I'm worthless. Taki. I get it. I feel slightly similar. Huh? When you're famous and constantly on screen, constantly being watched, your worth is demanded by how many numbers you can bring in. And the way you bring in numbers for me was made by... The way to bring in numbers for me was by turning up my personality to the max. Selling an exaggerated version of myself until the lines between me and the Taka hero blurred completely. I still don't really know what worth I have outside of that. But I think it was part of me, it was part of why I hurt my staff so carelessly. It helped me feel like I had some sense of control over what was happening. Okay, I need water. Alright, I need to keep the mask off for a bit. Because my... Oh. My lips are sweaty. Yes, that's a thing. Your lips can sweat. Your lips are skin. I really don't... Okay, I think I read that already. That it was on top somehow. That I wouldn't so easily get discarded if the numbers started falling. I imagine if it's similar to the way your fans to slight amount of weakness into Stakiko had shown before immediately frosted over as she interrupted Taka. Were completely different situations. Damn. She wasn't buying none of that. I understand it's hard to believe now, but going on like this is unsustainable. Couldn't be good. I couldn't be in good conscience to leave you like this. So I'll be keeping an eye on your meals from now on, Ujiyama. We can work together to investigate something that works. But it's the only thing Please. Alright. Thank you. Right. Now we've got that sorted. Can we discuss mine? There. Was waiting really that hard? Is your sister as pretty as you? Well, the first thing is what? That's the first thing you want to ask? Christ. Yeah, personally, I'm already hung up on the child neglect, but to each their own, I guess. Is your sis still alive? I'll just explain fully. I feel that will be more productive. Have you ever heard of the Wonder Child paper? A paper detailing an experiment on it's possible to optimize a child's upbringing to improve IQ at a higher rate, a rate higher than average. Sorry, there's something on this. Well, some of the wording is a little incorrect. It's more complicated than that. But if we were simplifying it, that would be an adequate explanation. I was a child using the experiment. I was born from it. That's kind of fucked up if you ask me. It's like you're boiling a kid down to stats and numbers. No kid deserves to go through that. I'm grateful for it. It clearly worked. I'm only where I am today in life due to that experience. Yeah, I'm sure your parents being researchers of the whole pile of funds and connections had something to do with it. You can say what you like to say about it, but a lot of the methodology has been successfully replicated already. If it was all so successful, though, I doubt you did so much to cover up. When my parents had me, they accounted for everything, aside from the fact that my mother happened to be pregnant with twins. They considered terminating the pregnancy, but eventually decided to keep us both, using my sister as control of sorts. My parents never abused my sister. They simply let her live her life normally, do things as she pleased, let her own devices. She also grew up similar to me. They'd know none of their ways. They nurtured me at any effect, and it would disprove their hypothesis. So they got rid of her when she did disprove the hypothesis? So their research would still be valid? No, quite the opposite. She had a lot more struggles in school than I did, both behaviorally and academically. It became clear that if left to just basic human nature, she clearly wasn't as successful as me. To put a long story short, she started causing issues for my parents. They didn't want any of those issues to stress me out, so they limited her contact with me. Jeez. Eventually, I hardly saw her at all. Next, I was told she'd gone to live with someone from her family. I believed it at the time. I was rather young and had fairly important exams to think about. I went on with my life. I didn't think about it much. It was only when I reached adulthood that the paper was published, and she crossed my mind again. Her redaction seemed strange to me, but I trusted my parents did it for her safety. Did I have questioned it? Perhaps my parents had enough pushback once they released the paper. I was fairly busy with work at the time, and I just let it be. Is that sufficient? That's enough explanation? Yeah, I guess so. The whole thing just sounded all that real. It sounds a little less malicious when you provide all the context. Though there's definitely fault, it lies. Even if there's fault, it lies in your parents, not you. Yeah, and when you get out of here, we can find your twin and find out if she's okay and single. What? Jesus. Any further questions? Maiko is really freaky. Why are you still talking like your parents are watching? Not certain what you mean, Wang. Really? Wasn't the whole point of that thing to raise your IQ? That's all the questions we got to get. Shouldn't we move on to your truth, Wang? Or perhaps the fact you lied about doing your dare yesterday to take those blueprints without consequence? Hey, cut me some slack. It was Pinky who said it was my dare. Never said anything myself. You all assumed. Well, you didn't exactly deny it, did you? What are you talking about? I told you it wasn't my dare. It made it sound like sarcasm. No, I'd never do that. He stabbed me before. I don't know why we're surprised that he'd lie. Wow. I just assumed that he'd be a bit more careful about his behavior, considering he'd just been let out. And you went back on your word, having Blondie watch me last night. What was that about? Wait, if it wasn't your dare, why did you steal those blueprints? It's not nearly malicious as you think. Calm down. It was just that Laura is always cooped up. The secret of their plans. It makes me question how hard she's really working. I mean, we've been here for what, a couple months, and still no tangible progress on getting out? I thought I'd review what exactly I'm putting my stocks in. It's basic business. I hate defending him, but I get it. How much longer are we gonna be stuck here? Oh no, my nose itches. I don't know. Well, yeah, obviously. You're working every day, and you don't know? Haven't you got any leads? I thought we could escape through the sewage system. Unfortunately, it appears that the facility where it is self-sustaining. The sewage just flows right into a treatment center in the facility and then back into it. And the ventilation system is proving equally as fruitless. So are we really trapped, truly, properly stuck here? No, we're not. Wait, so you have found something? Well, don't be shy, share it with the class. Well, I don't know there are avenues we could explore, but there has to be something. We can't be stuck here. I won't allow it. I feel like by the time we find a new avenue to explore, the hosts will catch on and prevent us from exploiting it. So it's hopeless? We're getting off track. This is meant to be about Wang. Now on, be careful to write off his behavior as acceptable by presuming he's only doing something for a dare. Becoming clear, he's exploiting this motive to act however he'd like, because you've all become more likely to accept strange behaviors. Oh, come on. I only did it once. I'm not taking any chances. I feel like we're brushing off, damn it. That's putting it lightly. What on earth could your crime possibly be if something like that is only considered a minor secret by the game? I already told you I'm not exactly sunshine and rainbows. I've got a few skeletons in my closet and I've never tried to hide it. You skeletons, girl, there's a whole catacombs in there. Oh, this is freaking funny. It makes you feel any better. I was only indirectly involved in that one. The big food company told me needed to do some promotions there. If anyone is wanting to get some rural communities access to cheaper food during hard times and bad harvests. I guess I was blinded by my own nostalgia. I grew up in the countryside and remembered some hungry winters. I thought, fuck it. It's good money and it'll probably help some kids down the line. I forgot how reliant some desperate people could get. And they turned back to those shops and products because it was easier and cheaper than buying from the local farms. A few years down the line, the farms started to shut down. Not enough customers, not enough money. Eating those junk food shops was the only option the village had. It's a sad reality that happens to many of those places. I've seen it happen countless times. But you said it before. Why did you help it again? I thought people would be smarter. Know not to just their roots, stay self-sufficient. But I didn't realize how hungry people get. It's been decades since I've had an empty stomach at this point. But it was years ago. I didn't know why you were there making a big deal about it now. If you ask me, this motive isn't exactly all fair. Some of you are like 10. It's natural. I'd see more I'd have messed up secrets. I've lived longer and had more time to make those small mistakes. I don't think the entire small community counts as a small mistake. Yeah, totally. Guess a small mistake, I think, would be something like crippling a 16-year-old girl, huh? Wang. What? Everyone else takes shots at each other's crimes. Why am I suddenly the villain when I do it? We discussed this before. Yuzuki is sent... Can we cut the shit, Doc? How the hell are we coddling a fully grown adult woman? I mean, come on, it's ridiculous. She's closer to my age than she is to pigtails. Yet everyone's wandering around and coddling her and stepping around her crime like she's 10. Do you not remember what she tried to do? Yes. It was like a month ago. She goes to kill herself again at this point and would just give everyone a nice little scare so they go back to coddling her. All you're doing is rewarding self-destructive behavior. I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah. It is fucking ridiculous. Molly needs a wake-up call. Not everyone not people playing house with her like she's a victim in all this somehow. But I understand that, but a harsh post like this isn't just going to make her spiral, and we will be right back at square zero. Right back. we're all still here. And we're gonna keep being there as long as the people like Sam keep holding her hand and keep telling her that that it's okay. She stalked some celebrity. And that's not what he's doing. Then what is he doing? If you ask me, it's just for himself. Soon as the other guy kicked the bucket, he needed something to fill the space. Something to make him feel like a good person. No, it's not it. He cares about me. He does. Shinku, tell them. I can't. I want to defend her more if I dare. Not to mention, I knew partially the right. If we never brought this up, nothing would change with Maiko. And I was just making up for something. I just not in the way they thought. That's what I'd hoped to do with Maiko. Even with my good intentions, was I really getting nothing out of this myself? I was being honest. She? Oh god, please don't look at me like that. I really shouldn't be surprised. Can't even look at her. Pathetic. I don't care, the two of them can do whatever they want. I just think we need to stop coddling Pinky. Let's face the facts here. She stalked a woman, permanently injured a 16-year-old girl, and ruined the lives and careers of countless people. Don't put it like that. You need to accept the truth more than anyone else here, or you'll end up like the last guy. Do you want that, huh? No, it's different. You don't get it. I really don't think that you get to be morally outraged after everything you disclosed about yourself. So you think we should let her stagnate like this forever? I think she's more aware about it than she lets on. I mean, look at her secret. She's obsessed with these forums, obsessed with finding people worse than her to feel better about herself in comparison. You do that unless you don't do that unless you know you're pretty messed up, and you are just trying to convince yourself that you could be worse. Of course I would. You would do the same. If you'd felt for your whole life you were rotten, undesirable, messed up, that you just fundamentally failed, you'd look for someone worse than you too. Someone to show you that you're not the worst. Something to show you that maybe beneath your failures, there's a reason to not give up completely. It's either that, or just don't face reality. You ignore it. You hide. And we know how that ends up, don't we? Good God. But still doing that, everyone's playing into it like it's nothing. We still need to grow up sooner or later, or else we'll be stuck coddling her through this motive like we did the last. And then someone else is going to have to get hurt again to protect her feelings.
Oh.
Okay. It's about to go down. Hold on. Alright. The music's off.
Oh my god. Your sister.
Michael looked at Kiko in horror, sudden realization dawning upon her. The last motive. It was Kiko's hostage who got hurt in place of Yui. Kiko's sister had her entire life uprooted to spare Michael's feelings. Someone whom Michael had already ruined the life of.
I'm going to be sick.
Michael covered her mouth and ran out, her whole body shaking. She seemed genuinely distressed. I wanted nothing more than to rush after her and hug her and tell her everything would be okay, but couldn't. I just couldn't. She'd understand. I was also certain even if I chased after her to talk to her, she might not even take it. Or maybe she would. She'd hide behind me. I just knew I was worried. I knew I couldn't go after her, but I wanted to make sure she was alone, no matter what. I didn't want her to be alone. Is she going to be okay? I think that was pretty harsh. I guess she needs to work through that stuff, but someone can go check on her. Shouldn't you do it? Isn't she your girlfriend or something? I can't. Just, please, someone go check on her. I'll do it. I might have gone too far. Very well. Just don't push it any further. I understand your frustration, but the rules I put in place for Yuzuki were to help her. I get that, but I think we need to... You're right. I'll get them a review later. I'll give them a review later. I think we need to do some... start making progress. Maybe she could start working with you. That seemed to work out with me. Just don't push her too hard, okay? One step at a time. You're all missing the point. You're still... I'd rather take things easy with her and have slow progress than have her dead. Then a long sigh. Never mind. I'll go check. She's not doing anything stupid. Who stepped out to go look for her, walking past me and giving me a strange look as he did. Admittedly, I'd rather literally anyone aside from him went to go look for her. I suppose I couldn't afford to be fussy. I was just glad someone was going after her. As long as she didn't hurt herself, I'd be happy. But I have a lot of explaining to do tomorrow. Sorry, Maiko. I hope she'll be okay. Going off alone with food like that. He won't try to hurt her. There wouldn't be a point. We don't know it's him. Well, that's everything we wanted to cover.
Actually, there's something I'd like to discuss before we leave.
Dr. Elias looked at these men with curiosity for a moment, raising an eyebrow at the many gaze Ezekiel and Lyra.
Ezekiel, why have you been enabling Chattel?
Huh? What the,
Don't be nonsensical, I know you've been giving her these.
This man pulled out a bottle of opioids that she'd taken from Lyra yesterday, a harsh look in her eyes.
Hold on.
Where the hell did you...
I thought, especially considering her crime, we'd all agreed to limit Chattel's narcotics intake. Do you have any idea how dangerous this could be? Why are you encouraging this?
Huh? You've been doing what?
I was wondering why she seemed so relaxed.
Hang on. What makes you think I'd be doing this?
Quite frankly, you're the only one stupid enough. Not to mention she's got you doing her bidding like you're her dog or something.
Oh, that's fucking rich coming from you. Even if I am. What's it to you? It's none of your business.
Zeke,
I think it's everyone's business. If it was up to me, she wouldn't have access to any of this nonsense.
okay now, hang on, that's just...
Lyra stepped forward to talk with Zeke, stepped in front of her, approaching his
Are
Mene.
you crazy? Are you seriously that detached? What did you want me to do, huh? Expect her to recover in a situation like this? Yeah, I'm sure having the lingering threat of death over your head constantly is great motivation to get better.
Well, taking them freely as she has been isn't going to do her many favors either, is it? Having access to a whole bottle like this? Are you actually insane? Do you actually care about her? Like, at all? What would you have done if things got a bit too stressful for her, huh? If she took all of them? If she
God damn it, she's not some stupid teenager. She can manage that shit herself. Besides, you can't blame me. You saw how she looked when she was off them. All that cold sweat, all that vomiting. God, she couldn't even sleep. If you'd seen her like that, practically on death's door, you would have given him to her too. So don't you dare say I don't care about her. I care about her more than you ever will. You just want to have power over people. You just want to be right. That's the root of it. You just want to be more right than me. You just want me to be wrong. It was how it was with Mint, and you're trying to do the same thing here as well.
Well, we both saw how things with men ended up, didn't we?
Is!
Oh my god.
Okay, somebody slap her.
You. Oh, I know. You didn't just...
So please. I'm praying and I'm hoping. Slap the bitch out of her. Hugo strides forward towards his mayonnaise, trying to grab her hair and pull it as Lara puppets between them, shoving them off of each other.
That's enough! Both of you. Jesus fucking Christ!
Did you hear the shit she was saying? Let go, and
Well, she can say it to me instead.
What are you?
I don't know why the hell you're treating this like I had no say in it. Sure, Zeke's been giving me this shit, but only because I've been asking. If you got such a problem with it, then I'm equally at fault here.
I had to give them to you. I didn't want to lose you too.
Still, I'm the one who keeps choosing to take them. It's my choice. Frankly, it's kind of pissing me off how people are acting like you're the reason I'm still taking them. Like I don't have a say in it or anything.
Please, just listen. You can't keep going like this. It's ridiculous. I can't sit by and watch you two enable each other until one of you dies.
Cersei is right.
Thank you! Someone here has some common sense.
Although I disagree on cutting them off completely. Going cold turkey would be incredibly dangerous at this stage, so I'll be regulating her intake from now on. I'll slowly taper her off then.
I'm not a child. I can figure this shit out myself. I don't want to be babysat.
Perhaps you should have thought about that before you proved otherwise.
Bruh. I'll talk to Kira, keep better accounts of the medicine stores and make sure nothing is taken that shouldn't be. That should be enough to ensure Elias isn't slipper anymore. This feels like you just keep piling more and more things to watch, take onto yourself. You sure you'll be alright? I don't mind keeping an eye on Lyra's dosage for you. Dr. Lenius, I appreciate you're a very busy woman. Though, of course you want to do it. My only interest here is making sure things don't turn out like they did last time. You're so freaking rich acting like it's my fault. Do I gotta remind you who murdered him? Don't fret. I'll be fine. I promise. If you're 100% sure, but I'm here if you need me. Thank you, Takahito. Now, Chantel, come with me. We'll sort out your schedule together. This is so pressurizing, Christ. Hey, come on, we're just trying to help you here. Acting like I'm completely incapable of helping myself if I wanted it. I understand you might feel like you were treating you like that, but I don't think that's how the others are trying to come across. It's more they want to help you get to that point, give you the structure and support to get there on your own. Well, if that's everything, you're all free to leave. Wait, my thing now! Ugh, great. The stupid meeting's never gonna end. This music. Sorry, I'll be back. I'll be quick, I promise. What's up? I'd like to share my truth for today. What? Takahiro, please, be careful. This could. He shook his head, smiling at Dr. Lena softly. There is no rule against sharing your truth, only your dare. And I'd like to share this on my own terms. Besides, most you already know, but I don't care. I have to do this to the audience. Taka clambered onto one of the tables, making it so everyone could see him. No, hell no.
Before I was scared to say this, I was scared to be me. I was scared of what the audience would think of me. I knew if this became public, there'd be a massive scandal. And not the good kind. I'd become a talking piece, not a person. But I don't care about what the audience thinks anymore. I don't need them. There are more important things in life. Besides, I don't want any kind of audience who would just throw me away just for being me. I don't want parts of who I am to be weaponized against me, treated like secrets. That's just silly. So, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I'm trans. I'm trans, and I've always been trans. I've always known I was a guy. I am a guy. There's no changing that. And I don't care if people hate me for it, if they discard me, or if they see me as something I'm not. Because I'm a guy, and I know that. So does anyone with eyes. And anyone who can't see that is not worth keeping around. Not one bit. And it doesn't change the fact I'm me, the fact I'm Taka. Not at all. So, let them think what they want. It doesn't matter to me anymore.
You used to be a woman?
All that matters to me now is being me. And making me someone worth caring about. That's what's important to me in life.
So yeah, that's it. Phew, glad to get off my chest. Can't believe how much you changed. You never fail to surprise me, Taka. I'm surprised they'd make something like that your secret. Can't imagine many people would fault you for it. You'd be surprised there's so much vitriol on social media these days. People will scapegoat anything and anyone. I was worried for the longest time that people would use my crime as a reason to demonize all of people like me. Not just see it as my own individual mistake. Sorry, my ear itches. But mainly I was worried about my fans still liking me. But I wouldn't want my fans who would drop me over just being who I am. No way, Jose. It's nearly been 2 extra hours. Can this please end? Can this please end? The last video... You know what? This could just be an entire part 2 of Deadly Life. And I could just find another freaking picture, but that's okay, yeah. I hope none of you think of me different. You don't know before. Of course not. None of us are stupid, like you said. It doesn't change who you are. When we get to Ezekiel, usually he was very judgmental about this sort of thing. I was sort of worried he was going to take it really poorly. Took a few steps towards Taka and grabbed him. If anything, he was ruffling his hair. There was a shit-eating grin on his face. Shit-eating grin on his face. Hell yeah, man, I'm glad you got the confidence to say it. Ah, God, great golly, great goodness. Zeke, what are you? Didn't think you had the balls to say it publicly, man. I underestimated you. You're not judging? Oh, duh, of course not. That would be pretty fucking stupid. If you ask me, that makes you more of a man than most people. Well, I know. One of the most badass things you can do is go out there and be yourself. Confidently, even while the world keeps trying to knock you down and demonize you for existing. So, don't let anyone tell you otherwise, alright? Yeah, absolutely, you got it. Go figure. Zeke had some confusing standards. I was just glad he was being kind to Taka. I know the widespread consequence of Taka being open about this in the outside world would be a lot. So it was nice that we could give him a little respite while he was in the prison. Once Zeke stopped ruffling Taka's hair, a small figure from the corner approached, and with hesitance reached out and placed a gloved hand on his shoulder. Turned around and met her smile, a few words escaping their mouths. Value, Taka, I can't imagine.
Hey, I'm proud of you.
Taka stood in stunned silence for a moment, eventually returning Asuga's smile, then taking their hand pretty suddenly.
Just you wait, Sugi. I'm going to become the Taka you thought you knew.
Huh? Hey, hang on!
No matter how much TV Taka I have to dig through, I'll find your friend somewhere in the rubble. I promise. Even if it takes working for Alora every day. Even if it takes losing my whole fan base. I'll get him back for you. I swear it.
You seemed a little stunned, unsure what to think at first, but then they suddenly squeezed Taka's hand in return.
Then, I can't wait to meet him again.
When hearing that little flicker of chance, Taka's ears lit up. It was as if for the first time in months he truly felt alive again. The widest smile imaginable appeared on his face as he let Asuga's words linger in the air, only speaking again as Asuga let go of his hand.
Then I'll have to get on it right away. Alora, I'll get on checking the medicine storage right away. I'll be done so fast you won't have even gone to the lab before you have my full report. Just you watch.
Somebody please kill him! Not because he's trans. I've hated him this entire time, even before he was trans. Believe me. Watch the first episode. I hated him then. I hated him in the second episode. I hated him in the third. I hated him in the fourth. And I hated him in the fifth. This is the sixth. I still hate him. Taka gave Asuga one last wink and raced out, the wind in his sails. Asuga was left in stunned silence, letting out a small laugh after a second to break the quiet. Geez, she's quite something, isn't he? At least he's doing a bit better. My eyes moved to Dr. Alini as she had a small smile curling at the edge of her lips. Well, at least one of my plans seems to be going well. I knew it. You were... Anyways, Chantel, come with me. Let's sort out the schedule. Fine, I'm coming. I went to out of the canteen 1.1 after a long meeting. That was an hour long. Heck, probably an hour and a half. I was admittedly very worried for Maiko still, especially after she rushed off, but at least Fu was watching her. I'm sure he wouldn't let her hurt herself, even if she was harsh on her. I had to keep telling myself she was a fully grown adult woman. She can handle herself for one day. He wasn't going to fall apart if I wasn't there to support her just for a day. It's going to be okay. And I told myself that enough. Started generally believing it. I knew if I stayed really wandering around the prison, I'd eventually get too paranoid and try to seek her out. And she was okay. Then I had to return to myself. I think holding myself up in there for the day would diminish the temptation somewhat. At least I couldn't run into her. Well, that's a lot to unpack. Yep. As I entered my cell, I was surprised to see who I found inside rustling through my belongings.
Really?
Whoa! What on earth are you doing in my cell?
Holy.
Ah, Jesus, kid, you scared me. Can't you knock next time? No, I apologize. Let me just go and knock on the door to my own cell. Shit. Can you explain what exactly you're doing in here? Hey, easy now, kid. We're all friends here. No harm, no? You better have a good explanation. I'm telling Dr. Lenis, and I doubt she'd be lenient with your second offense in 2 days. Now, kid. No need to get so hasty with me. Do I gotta remind you what your motive is? Do you seriously think I'm stupid enough to fall for it the second time? A little bit. What on earth are you doing? First the blueprints, and now this? I'm almost starting to think you... No, that's why you didn't run after Pinky yourself. You can't talk to Pinky, huh? Hold on. So I dare. Does that mean... His eyes moved to the envelope on my desk. He had a little chuckle. That's... not just yours either, kid. Some real interesting stuff in some of those. Let me tell you that. That shouldn't be allowed. You aren't allowed to tell each other our dares. They said nothing about reading them. Pretty neat loophole, huh? And you're not even gonna tell a soul if you're smart. Why not? But there's nothing stopping me. I don't care if you tell everyone my secret. Well, you clearly got a little bit, otherwise you wouldn't be avoiding Pinky. I only care about it getting published everywhere. Everyone here will understand. They have to. Yeah, the doc does seem pretty convinced their little meeting solved every issue, huh? But I'm not so sure they'll understand Pinky's truth this time. What? Let me tell you, kid, it's bad. It can't be. Don't play dumb. You've seen her crime. You know exactly what she's capable of. But I like you, kid. You're in a good spot. So what about a small deal, What do you suggest? You stay quiet about this. I stay quiet about her secret. Oh, and just a little bonus to seal the deal. If you stay quiet, I'll do one of two things. I can get someone to watch over her all day in your stead. Make sure she doesn't hurt herself. Do any of that stuff you're so convicted she'll do if you lose sight of her for just a day. Or I'll tell you just what that terrible secret of hers is. Without the hesitation, it's an easy choice if you care about her. I know, but secret, how bad could it be? Oh, hang on, this is food just we're talking about. He was probably just bluffing. We're trying to make me feel bad. On the off chance he wasn't. I mean, all the affection it did seem to previously hold for Maiko seemed to be gone. You could tell it was in the way he talked to her. Even if it was something awful, maybe it was best to live in blissful ignorance. I thought myself it was just a bluff. What am I doing? What am I thinking? It had to be a bluff. Keeping her secret is the highest priority, even if she has her issues. Can't let her get hurt. Promise me she won't be left alone. That's about what I expected. Booth seemed to look at me with a strange mixture of pity and disappointment, letting out a sigh and walking past me. Well, a deal's a deal, kid. Don't tell anyone I was here. I'll have someone watch over her. Pleasure doing business with you. Booth shoved his hands into his pocket and walked out. The bubbling feeling of anger rising in my chest. He seemed to linger by the door for a moment, as if he was waiting to see if I'd do something, stand up to him, surprise him. But I couldn't. Not before he left. Or his hair all over my freaking laptop. I was so stunned at just how attached I'd become to her. I didn't want any harm to come to her. Didn't want things to become difficult. I didn't want to have to think. Can this chapter end already? It's been a long time. I have switched seating arrangement 10 times during these 2 recordings. I have been doing this for nearly 7 hours. The last video was 5 hours long. This one's 2 hours. So far. Come on. Please. Who am I kidding? I didn't want to think from the start. The reason she made so little progress with the understanding of the severity of her crime is because I danced around it almost as much as she did. I didn't want her to be a terrible person. I didn't want to have to second guess if it was okay for me to want her to be safe, want her to be happy. I just wanted an easy way to make things right. An easy way to make things right. That's always what I seem to want. Listen to Akari. Can Shinku do anything? Stand up, dude. All I knew is that stewing in my own thoughts right now was dangerous. I need to do something, anything to pass this day. Should find someone to talk to stay to sleep. Hopefully the day would be over before I knew it. Let's sleep and hopefully discover the body. I would like to end this recording. I'm hungry. Spend the next few hours taking a nap. I wish I could take a nap. Luckily, before being able to distract myself from the afternoon come faster than I expected, I had initially planned to spend the rest of my day continuing to be cooped up in my cell, hoping that Fu would uphold his promise of having someone watch over Maiko. I could talk to her tomorrow, explain everything then. It would all be okay then. She'd forgive me. She'd understand it was my day or... However, my plan to stay inside was interrupted as I heard a commotion coming from the cell. 2 people appeared to be arguing. Curiosity got the better of me and I stepped out. I stood on the upper railings, looking down at 2 figures being Fu and Takiko.
Seriously?
Just do it. You sure about this, kid? Last chance to back out. Can't exactly back out now. You already told me that secret. About yourself. You said it yourself. Deal's deal. Well, you know I'm an honest man. If you want to back out and pay for it some other way, I'm not going to fault you. Let's get it over with. This is easy. I don't want to be in debt. I don't want anyone else to have anything above me. Seeing Fu would continue his train of making deals and bargains with others, this time preying on Takiko. I considered intervening, but I believed it would cause more issues. The best course of action seemed to be waiting until anything actually happened, then I could intervene and catch him in the act. Heh, tougher than I thought, kid. Well, hey, it's your choice. You're so certain. Let's cut to the chase, get it over with. Seemed to hesitate for a moment. What are you waiting for? You want to do this? You can get this over quickly here. Takiko pointed to a certain part of her body. Couldn't tell where she was pointing from my perspective. If you do it here, it won't cause any issues. So, just get it over with. Right. Right, no need to be so eager. Pull down the knot. Yo! Hey, kid. Are you sure you want to change it to something else first? Didn't want to ruin your dress. It's expensive. Are you serious? Just get it over with. I want this to be done. Right, yeah. Was he going to? Just do it. What's the holdup? Couldn't just stand by and watch this. I raced down the stairs where I could. Shaking hand took the knife. And dropped it to the ground. This is paining me. There have been 3 separate fake outs. 3. The first one was 2 hours ago with Asuga. I don't remember. I don't even know if there was a second one. And then the third one was was her? Takiko? What is going on? What are we doing? Stop! It's too much! I'm gonna have a heart attack! He takes away from Takiko, moving his hand through his hair nervously before the grown man dropped to his knees.
God damn it. I can't do this. I can't.
What are you?
This awful, rotten world. God, I've seen so much. I've seen what this world does to girls like you. Girls who aren't doing anything but trying to live. I've seen so many different horrible things people do. And it's everywhere. And it's everyone. The kindest guy you know can do the most despicable things behind closed doors. It makes me sick. And they treat it like a joke. Like it's fun. It's... God.
Oh, my leg.
God damn it.
Oh, I pulled a muscle. Ah!
And you have to smile and laugh at all these filthy, money-hungry pigs in suits trying to pretend you don't think they're pure scum. Those bastards. I'm so scared.
Huh?
I'm fucking terrified that my Tian has to grow up in a world like this. This world is so cruel and unfair to you girls. There's so many things that can hurt you. That can hurt Tian.
This is crazy. The man is actually crying.
I never want to be one of those things. Never. I can't bring myself to make this world harder for you. No. Especially when it's practically already hell for you. I'm not a good dad. Not at all. I know that, but I can't die here. I can't. I've got to get out to make sure I can protect Tian from a world like this. At the very least. I'm sorry, kid. I can't do it. I'll let this game make me into whatever it wants. But I draw the line at this.
Fu couldn't even bring himself to look at Takiko, keeping his head in his hands. That was until the rental sister gently reached out and put a hand on top of his head, patting it a little.
It's okay. I don't blame you.
Wang, I'll be honest, I don't really like you. I figured. I can't forgive you for stabbing Suki, I never will, but I respect that you're willing to fight for Tian. More than you would ever know. I wish my dad was half as willing to fight for me. Kid, don't pity me. It's okay, really. If he was still around, I probably wouldn't have my talent. Don't you think that would have been a good thing? I mean, absolutely not financially, but it isn't fair that all that you was placed on you was so young. Not really, but to say the truth, I do love my talent. With my whole heart and soul. It's tiring, and I feel like I'm giving up a lot, but I wasn't a happy child growing up. My talent helps me spread just a little bit of happiness in the world, however I can. This world is cruel, hard, and doesn't care. Some people don't deserve happiness, not at all. But I like giving it to people who deserve it. I like giving people the motivation to even just go outside and live. I like making people believe there's a good in this world. It's easier to keep on living if you think that way, isn't it? It's been so long. I've thought that way I could hard again. thought that way I can hardly remember. It's been so long I've thought that way I can hardly remember. It's been, I think it's supposed to say, it's been so long since I've thought that way I can hardly remember. Jeez. Half the time the English... Senti speaks better English than this. The world will always be unfair to girls like me. It's just the way things are. It shouldn't be that way, I know. But it's the reality of it all. But us girls are a lot more resilient than some people give us credit for. You find ways to fight back, to feel like you got control in your life, to find support, solidarity, protection. Others would say I went too far trying to get control. But even if one of those people who died were someone who was going to go on to hurt a young girl, I can't say I regret it. Heh, I can respect it. Can't we all? Okay, maybe we shouldn't be encouraging her to feel no regret. Yeah, probably not. But the point is, no matter how cruel this world is, Tina is a smart girl. She'll figure it out. The world is cruel and harsh to her. There are people out there who won't just sit back and let it happen. And if nothing else, I know she'll be hella strong, just like her mother. That seemed to give Fu a bit of a spark back. He rose back to his feet and smiled a bit. Sorry, kid. You probably don't want that after the bombshell I already dropped on you earlier. It's fine. I'm built to handle it. I looked down at the two of them. There was something strange in Takiko's behavior, but I couldn't quite place my finger on it. But I wondered if she was trying to comfort Fu, or if she was serious about wanting a father who fought for her more. Glad my dad was so kind and supportive of me, but looking back on it now, whenever Akari was arguing with my mother, my dad would always stay quiet or slip out of the community garden. I wonder if Akari felt like, "You've got to come quickly!" Before I could say anything else, my train of thought was interrupted by the doors behind me slamming open, and out-of-breath Asuka bursting in the common room. Everyone's attention turned to them. Huh? Kid, what's up? Did something happen? You were meant to be watching. It's Maiko! Oh god. What happened? I don't know, she got distracted and I turned my back. She took something. What was it? I don't know, she refused to tell me. I'm just not taking any chances. No way. Where is she? The infirmary. Do you know where Dr. Lord... Got it. Taking any chances, I had to see her right away. I needed her to be okay. Without any second thought, I turned to leave, hearing someone yelling after me. Wait, kid, you're there! I don't care. I'm not letting it happen again. I couldn't live with it myself if I did. And that was the bottom line of it. I didn't care how my reputation was strained, how my career was impacted. I didn't care anymore. I just knew I couldn't make the same mistake again, even if it was wrong. Even if this was my second chance. I had to make it right this time. You finally do it right? What? Hastening for me, rushing inside. Michael, are you there? No response. Coco? Shinku? Is that you? Michael, thank God I found you. What happened? What did you take? I'm so sorry. It's fine, it's really fine. It's okay. Hey, I just need to know what you took. Promise you won't get mad, please? I won't. Just... Michael handed me a small bottle. It was half filled. She turned her head away from me as I read the label. Tanning pills? Why would you... My mother used to make me take them. She thought they would make me more popular. She never wanted to end up in Japan. She was stuck in her own world of standards she knew growing up. She refused to listen. This is the second time it's happened with Maiko. The other time is when Ismene ran in and when she was hurt the first time. Oh my god. She wanted to go back to when she was a teen. I think she was happier then. I hated talking to them, making them. I hated looking so different. I felt like I'd messed up just from being who I was. I didn't need anyone else adding to that feeling. Maybe how different I was. How ugly I was. Don't say that. It's true. No, it's not. You're beautiful, Maiko. Don't lie to me just to make me feel better. You're the worst, Shinku. If I was really pretty, I wouldn't be the friend people make when they have no other choice. Coco, I'm being honest. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lash out. I know you're just trying to be kind, but... Okay, is someone else? Well, you don't have to worry. I only took 7. It's still a lot. Are you feeling okay? My tummy hurts, but I threw most of them up. I'm not gonna die. I'm just gonna feel pretty bad for a bit. I don't want to die. Don't worry. I don't want to do this. I'll get Dr. Arlenia. She can double check. I don't want to take any chances. No, don't do that. I'm sorry. I'm being selfish again. I told myself if I could handle this without you, then I wouldn't bother you, but... Can you please just stay here with me for a moment? I looked her in the eyes. It was different. It wasn't her usual puppy eyes. But I felt compelled to stay nonetheless. Okay. Michael pulled herself up from the floor and sat quietly on the infirmary bed. Barely making eye contact with me, but trying nonetheless. There was something different about her today.
I'm so sorry about earlier. I really am. I should have said something. I should have defended you.
No.
Huh?
They were right, Shinku. I shouldn't be coddled like this. This whole time I just kept running. Hiding from the truth. Hiding from the fact I'm an adult because it was safer. Easier. But that's exactly what Dracul was doing too. Wasn't it? It's no wonder you used me as a replacement for him. It's okay. I don't blame you. But it's been obvious from the start. It hurt at first, but I'm used to it. I'm never really anyone's first choice. I was just happy to have someone willing to reach a hand out to me, so I just pretended not to know. I wanted to seem more oblivious to you. I thought you'd keep taking care of me if I did. I'm sorry. That wasn't fair on you. I'm a fully grown adult woman. I should be able to face this. But I didn't want to think. I didn't want to change because that would be admitting that I'd really messed up. And I knew I'd messed up. I knew what I was doing was awful. I really did. I just felt it was so awful. There was no way I could ever even start to make amends for it. So why even try? If I let people coddle me, if I didn't make progress, I wouldn't have to face just how much I'd have to change to even start to make up for what I'd done. But things can't go on and continue like this. Something has to change. I've known that for a while.
You just didn't admit it for so long because you were scared?
Yeah, a little. But in truth, I didn't know what I was anymore without Yui. Without Yui, I felt worthless. And I know that's silly. I'm an ultimate. I'm successful in my own right, but it was always, I like this character's voice, and never, I like Yuzuki's voice acting. I never really existed to anyone, and maybe it was better that way. I was scared if I got too much attention, people would see how weird and strange I really was. Yui was the opposite. Front and center. She was her talent, fully and completely. People came for her.
People did what for her?
I thought, in part, I could live through her. If someone close to me was loved and treasured and adored, I could feel what it was like vicariously without having to put my own self out there. And if I was loved by someone as successful and wonderful as her, I couldn't be a total screw-up, could I? At least that's what I thought. But I've stomped all over her legacy and our friendship. Any love and care she felt for me is gone. And it's all my fault.
Maiko, you're being a little too...
I'm not being harsh on myself. I'm being realistic. I can't deny it any longer. If I do, I'm just going to feel more and more guilty until it all builds up and gets too much again.
Just pretend y'all didn't see my leg, okay? That ain't me. That ain't me, trust.
I shouldn't have based my self-worth and validation entirely on her and what she thought. It meant I didn't know how to live without her. I just kept lying that she'd come back. That she'd forgive me because I couldn't live with myself if she didn't. That would be confirmation that nothing I did helped. That it was all for nothing. That I'd ruined both of our lives for no reason. And so I just kept waiting. Waiting and watching her from afar. Stagnating and waiting for her to come back. Because I didn't even know how to begin living and moving forward without her. She'd become such a big part of my life.
Elenius is probably dead right now. Can we go?
But while I was waiting, staying at the same place, she just kept moving further and further away. Growing, and I felt I had to keep up. Try to learn anything I could, so I could convince myself that I hadn't entirely lost her. But looking back on it now, all that waiting, all that refusing to move forward is what has left me so out of touch, so disconnected, so childish.
I know a song called Disconnected. It's by China. Okay, I'm gonna move on.
I can't stand being the person I am anymore. I can't stand being...
But you don't. You don't always have to be like this.
I know. It's just terrifying. I don't even know what I am without her anymore. I'm terrified of trying to grow, trying to change, and realizing I'm just like this. That I can't help myself. I can't fix myself. I don't want to go through all the pain and hurt of growing and moving forward, only to still hate myself at the end of it.
I understand. It's scary, but you can go at your own pace, one step at a time. You don't need to immediately race to the end. You might hate... You're still moving.
I didn't mean to click.
Little by little. And isn't that something to be proud of in itself?
You're right. It just feels so daunting to even start to take that first step. I don't even know if I deserve it at this point. But I know to move forward, I have to accept I'm never going to fix things with Yui. I need to let her go. So much of me, so many parts of me I hate are tied to her. I realize now that she should never forgive me. Not after all those awful things I did. And that's okay. I deserve that. But just because I've lost her, it doesn't mean I can't move forward and make new, better connections. I'm scared of hurting people. I'm scared of making things worse, but I need people in my life to challenge me, to take those steps towards, to keep me going forward. So please don't hold back anymore. You and I, Shinku, we can't keep doing things like this. Please. I know you just don't want me to get hurt. But we both need to let go sometimes. You need to let me take those steps. You have to be prepared to let me fall over occasionally. Or else, I'm never going to be someone who deserves to be your friend.
Maiko, I don't know what to say. I I'm so sorry. All this time, I was just enabling your stagnation, encouraging you not to move forward, all while telling myself I was protecting you. I was so scared of losing you. I put you into this box. I used you just to protect my own ego, to make up for my own past mistakes. I had no idea in doing so I was keeping you like this, keeping you feeling so guilty, so fragile.
I've had my face covered so long, I feel like I'm back in 2020.
I've just been infantilizing you this whole time, controlling you. Of course you couldn't even start to learn from your mistakes. I wasn't letting you make them. I just kept shutting down any discussion. I thought I knew what was best. I thought if I didn't, you'd hurt yourself.
Well, yeah, she probably would.
But you're right. You're not a child. You're an adult. You're not her. And you're not him. You're you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just me. And maybe that's scary. Maybe I don't really know who I am at this point, but I have to figure it out.
And no matter what she's like, I promise you, I won't drop you. I'll care about you and be your friend no matter what. No matter the person you grow into. And I'll let you figure that out on your own terms. I won't try to interfere. And I'll care, not because of what you can be for me, but what you can be for yourself. What you can be to prove you can make up for your past mistakes.
True.
Even if it takes me weeks, months, years after we get out?
When we get out, whenever you want, we can hang out. No matter what's happening, no matter how you're feeling, we'll meet up. I can't promise I'll always be close, but I promise you, if you ever need it, I'll only be a phone call away.
You mean it?
Of course! I mean, there aren't many others who can relate to being thrown into a situation like this, are there? No matter what happens, I want to stay in contact, okay?
I'd like that a lot, Shinku. I don't want to be scared of adulthood anymore. I don't want to end up like Dracul.
No.
I want to live properly. I'm sick of acting like my life's already over. I've still got time to change things. I'd be silly to just spend the rest of my life rotting away. I know I don't deserve it, but can I ask you one last favor?
Mm-hmm.
I want to try being myself. Even if I am different from others. Even if I stand out. Even if I seem weird. So...
I'm just not talking. I'm letting them do their thing. I'm letting them talk.
Can you call me Molly from now on?
Of course, Molly.
Her name card changed. I'm sorry you had to come here again. I promise. I didn't really mean it. I know, I trusted you. I should have trusted you, but I'm glad I came. I'm glad we had this discussion. Besides, you really did worry me. Those tanning pills are nothing to scoff at. I know. How'd you get your hands on them anyways without getting shocked? Well, I'm like playing a quick figure stepped to the infirmary. Okay, Dr. Lenius isn't dead. I swear, every time I think someone's dead, they pop up. It happened with his Mene, it happened with freaking, and it just happened with Lenius. What are we doing? Looking as soon as I could, is she alright? Dr. Lenius, I'm glad you're here. I'm fine. Really, just a little bit of stomachache. Nothing I can't handle. Didn't take too many. There's just tanning pills. Still, I'd like to check your vitals. I'd rather be safe than sorry. There's a reason those things are banned. It can be very damaging to your liver, Yuzuki. Alright, I understand. What took you so long to get here, if you don't mind me asking? There was a situation between Elias and Chitel. Okay, what happened? Elias ended up taking Huh? He took the Walter White special? What are we doing? What? You know, I'm not surprised, but Chatel gave him some. It was only a small quantity. I assume it was just some sort of nonsense for Dare, but I just had to make sure he was alright regardless. How did she even get her hands on something like that? Did we just all agree to limit her access to that sort of thing? I'm uncertain, but I was more focused on the situation at hand to question her. I'm just relieved she's mostly calmed down now. Dr. Lena's side, talking as she moved over to Molly and started checking her condition. She did various small checks for any obvious symptoms. You seem to be fine, but I think it would be far better if you stayed here for her tonight. I'd rather you were somewhere comfortable and closer to the bathrooms than in your stripped cell. That would probably be for the best, just in case. I'll put some painkillers and the medics by the bed in case things start getting worse or you need to throw up. And run a few more tests to be safe. Would you like me to leave for them? It would probably be for the best. I work best with size on me. Don't you worry, Shinkyo. I'll be okay on my own. Trust me. Alright. If you're sure, I'll trust you. She was a grown adult. I knew she'd be fine on her own. And after our previous discussion, I didn't want to be overbearing. If that's the case, I'll get out of your hair. Thank you for helping, Dr. Arlenius. No need to thank me. It's basic human decency. I thought I saw something. I'll see you later, Molly. Dr. Arlenius seemed a little surprised I called her that, but upon seeing Molly's small smile as she shut her lips, coming to a quiet understanding. Have a good evening, Shinku. Oh, and one last thing. Happy Valentine's Day, Molly. Oh, he actually said it.
I know the circumstances aren't really the most ideal. Being stuck in the infirmary isn't exactly the most romantic way to spend Valentine's, but still. I hope you can feel how loved and cared for you are today, if nothing else.
Even if I'm not the best person?
Of course, and you'll still be loved and cared for through every step of becoming a better person.
Thank you. That means more than you can know. Happy Valentine's Day, Shinku.
Sorry, there was a bit of hair in my mouth, so I had to, act accordingly. I left Molly in the capable hands of Dr. Lanius, leaving her to rest and get the care she needed. I didn't care that I'd failed my own dare. I was just glad the two of us were able to talk on the same level for once. The music stopped. I walked back to my own cell, trying not to worry about her. I knew she could think of herself. But I spotted something standing by the showers, a strangely shaken expression on her face. I supposed I shouldn't be surprised given what I was told about what happened, but still, it was weird to see her so small again. Or maybe it was just strange to see that much guilt in her eyes, considering it was...
Lyra.
Shinku.
Huh? Shinku, what's up? Are you okay? You seem really out of it. Yeah, I'm all good. Don't worry. Couldn't help but doubt that. Is Ezekiel okay? Dr. Linus told me what happened. Yeah, he'll be okay. He's just taking a shower right now. I thought it might help him. And are you alright? God, I'm so selfish. Hey, I don't need a pep talk from you of all people. I'm so willing to take it. It's like he almost instantly understood what it was. That it was... He didn't ask any questions. He just understood I wanted it hidden, so he did like it. And then he had to go and tell me when he was high, and his dare involved doing something similar to me, that he couldn't go through with it. Oh, but he's done all of his other dares. He even put that salt on its grave so nothing could grow, even though it destroyed him. But for some godforsaken reason, he couldn't bring himself to hurt me. I couldn't even show the same respect. I'm such a hypocrite, Shinku. Is this right? I'm pathetic. Acting like I don't care. Like I just know I'm bad. that's the end all be all, and I could care less about how people really think of me. What a fucking joke. Why is the song called I Met God? If I really didn't care, I wouldn't have let him do this. I'd let my secrets come out, but I can't do it. I'm so scared of everyone else seeing how sad I really am. How stupid and pathetic I am. How much I just fucked up throughout life and never taken accountability. Of course I care. I care about how stupidly close his verdict was. That verdict was. I just wanted people to give enough of a shit about me and tell me I was messed up. The way I was going about things was wrong. That I needed to stop. And they did. It was so split, I didn't even know what to think anymore. It was more like a light slap on the wrist than any genuine concern for me. I could keep going until I overdosed. People still wouldn't have anything to say about it. Now that's a lie. And we know for a fact that's a lie. Keep sending me messages on Discord. Stop messaging me on Discord, please. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot what what Shinku and Lyra were talking about. I'm not even gonna I'm not gonna hold you. Did I read this? I don't even know. It would just be a shame. That's it. Everyone would move on, wouldn't they? Lyra. Shit. Sorry. You don't need to hear this. I'm being selfish again. It's not selfish to express your feelings. This isn't about me. I'm not the one who got hurt here. Zeke is. I make everything about me or whatever I want people to see me as. But you're probably all already laughing. You're all going to have the last laugh when I can't keep this up anymore and... God. I can't keep this up anymore. I can't keep being like this. I'm just getting people hurt. Something needs to change. And what do you think that is? I don't know yet. I can't keep being this careless. I can't keep acting like none of this matters. Like I'm not scared. I was just scared to be vulnerable, to be genuine. It's pathetic and immature. But I thought if I didn't take things seriously, the depths wouldn't matter to me. You miss him, don't you? I don't think I've got the right to miss Mint. After how much I dismissed his attempts to help when I was younger, but... God, I feel so stupid for not listening. I'm too stupid to listen now. He'd be disappointed in me. I'd hate for him to see me now. Hey, come on now. You have no way of knowing what Mint would think. Zeke just keeps on going on these long rants about how you and Iz are disrespecting Mint's memory and how much it pisses him off, but I'm just as bad. Acting like this. If Mint was alive instead of me, he'd have been able to grow from all this instead of just falling back into these stupid behaviors. But I'm not just going to sit here complaining. I need to do better. Well, that's good to hear, but do you know how exactly you're going to do that? I'm not sure, but I'll figure it out. I have to. I don't want to keep things being like this. Doing this to people. Acting like a stupid, immature teenager. Just as bad as Jakul. Zeke is going to go to these lengths to make sure I don't get hurt. Then the least I can do is become someone who he doesn't just keep around because I'm all he has left. I think it's natural for someone who to want to help their friends. I wouldn't put too much pressure on yourself. Am I blocking anything? What's going on? Okay. I wouldn't put on too much pressure on yourself or see it as you needing to pay him back or anything. Ezekiel can be a little unreasonable, but I don't think he'll hold it against you. He won't. And that's the problem. I'm getting worried he's a little too attached. You know what he said to me the other day? If you die, I'll die with you. Oh, that's insane. I don't know how serious he was being, but Min's death changed him. He's terrified of being abandoned again, being alone, being left. He'll hold on to me no matter how awful I get, no matter how I hurt him or more. In his eyes, getting hurt by someone is better than being alone. I couldn't leave him like this. Do you have any idea what that would do to him? But I can't stay close to him when I'm like this. I need to make sure I get to the point I don't hurt him or me. To the point I don't hurt him or me or anyone. That's understandable. Hope you're able to get there. Just feeling weird about it, I guess. When I get too attached to people, I tend to only really care about their validation. It's a problem. I get too attached. I eventually just started leaving people to save money from getting hurt. I thought if I left from before they left me, if I left them before they left me, before I could even get attached, then maybe I would avoid being hurt again. Getting hurt is part of being human. And trying to avoid it, I hurt a lot of people. Both by leaving them and doing stupid things in my attempt to convince myself I didn't care. It's nice having some stability for once, but your brain is constantly telling you to leave. Can you blame me? It's not what I'm used to. It's kind of ironic in a way. But the prisoner most scared of being abandoned again got attached to the most avoidant, quick to abandon others person here. It's like the sort of relationship you'd see in a novel. I seemed a little baffled at my response. God, you're kind of shit at cheering people up, aren't you? Sorry. It's fine. I shouldn't be dumping all this on you anyway. I'm sorry, man. I guess I just don't know what else to go to. But it'll be alright. I'll figure something out. I'm sorry you've had to deal with me being a bit of a dickhead for a while now. Hey, it's okay. It's a bad situation for all of us. No one is going to act entirely rationally all the time. A lesson I had to learn pretty quickly being friends with Mine. Yeah, I know. I just don't want people to be annoying with how irrational I am. You know? At least Ezekiel seems to be okay. These my fingers, dude. It could have gotten a lot worse. You could have given him a bigger dose. True. Tried to only give him a little. Where did you get it anyway? I thought we were restricting access to your... that sort of thing. Yeah, it was the weirdest shit ever. I was really pissed about that this morning, just seeing my truth. I knew I couldn't let that shit get out no matter what, but I had no idea how I would get my hands on some... especially when I was restricted. When Laura pulled me aside after that meeting, she just gave it to me. What? Yeah, I didn't even ask her for it. She just gave it to me. She could barely look at me while she was doing it too. The whole thing was weird. Oh no. Do you think it was for a dare or something? That's what I was assuming, but I think it's strange, because, she's just not done any of her previous ones. She's been fine to let her thirst come out. Makes you wonder what she's hiding. I want to trust her, but she's done nothing but help us since we got here. I don't want to make things more difficult for her when she keeps piling up more and more onto herself. I get that. It just makes us wonder if she only organized these meetings to cover up or frame her truths in a certain way that makes her look better. You think she was lying this morning? No. All I'm saying is that I feel that we were missing some details. Anyway, Zeke, we'll be coming out of the shower soon. You should probably get going. if he's pissed, you should say when he's sober. I don't want to see what he's like when he's coming down from a high. It's probably a wise idea. See you later, Leda. Take it easy, and thanks for hearing me out. Sorry for dumping all that on you. This whole thing has been a lot for you and me both. It's for the best that we talk about these things, so I'm glad you're being more honest to yourself. Yeah, like, for real. Now you know you can take me and Zeke down in one fell swoop. 2 for the price of 1. What a steal. Don't joke about that. Come on. Sorry, bad habit. Stay safe. Iris smiled at me as I left, giving me a small wave. She seemed to be a little happier than before, at least. She was serious about wanting to make changes. I think that would be for the best for everyone. I had no idea Ezekiel had become that vulnerable. Couldn't help but be a little concerned. I was hoping the 2 of them would be sensible and work through whatever was going on there. Maybe they just needed to give each other space, figure things out on their own terms. But when you want to be someone to be safe, you can sometimes hold on to them until they crack. I know that better than anyone. I was just glad Molly was starting to take those steps on her own now. I needed to give her space. She could not know what she could never be meant. That's all I got to read. The evening approached before I knew it. It had been a few hours since after Lena did her checks on Molly. I could always go and see if she was okay before bed. It was Valentine's Day. It would feel like a shame to not hang out with someone. Maybe someone was planning on doing something for it. Suppose I could just get some rest or record my fans a special Valentine's tape. That felt embarrassing. Anyway, I want to do something this evening. Take a nap. After I save, of course. Seven and a half hours. Y'all see what I'm doing for you? This daily life is long as hell. I spent the next few hours taking a nap. I spent the next few hours schlumped. See, I'm just getting comfortable. I crashed pretty early tonight, going to bed as soon as I could. The continued interruptions weren't doing my insomnia any favors. I was exhausted. It was getting hard to get back to bed after them, but I couldn't stop them. So once again, for the 3rd day in a row, the monitor in my cell switched on in the middle of the night. Alright.
Hello, hello, hello! Rise and shine! Our 3rd day of Truth or Dare is now over! Only Lyra, Alora, and Molly completed their dares today, meaning everyone else's truths for today will be outed!
Jeez, that's like 7.
Really? 7 of you chose not to do your dares? Are they starting to cross a line or something?
Seriously?
Well, we've got a lot to get through, so I won't keep you waiting any longer. Starting with Prisoner 01, Shinku Kutsuki's Day 3 Truth. 3 days in a row of picking truth, huh? You're not great at this, are you?
Bitch. Sorry, I had a cough in my throat. Yeah, you get what I'm saying.
Anyway, his is... Shinku used to include characters based off of people he didn't like in his classes or life in his novels, often killing them off in brutal and twisted ways for the catharsis. Yeah, he really is kind of a freak, huh?
I suppose it's not as bad as Who's Secret yesterday.
Then we have Prisoner 03, Ezekiel Elias's truth for today. That being... Throughout all middle school and a majority of high school before going to Hope's Peak, Ezekiel was an extremely violent person who would sometimes beat fellow students until they needed to be hospitalized.
Hear what? You did what? Hello? Hello? What?
Wow, our most violent prisoner has always been violent. Shocking.
Jesus Christ. He was beating other kids so cold. Well, yes, it could have probably could have probably guessed that, but beating them to the point of hospitalization is a lot further than I expected.
Now on to something really juicy. Prisoner 04, Takiko Uchiyama. If you think her reputation couldn't get any worse, wait till you hear this truth. Takiko killed her mother.
I need therapy. Motoneko, can you give me therapy, please? Look at me. Look at me. Give me therapy. What is going on? I know these people are bad, but Jesus! I didn't think they were that bad. Oh, of course it's Takiko. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Of course it was Takiko. He lied. He lied his ass off. What? How could she?
And if you needed a final nail in the coffin as to why you shouldn't trust her, there you go. Sheesh. You were right to vote someone like her corrupt.
Takiko? I thought it was Takahiro. I thought it was Takiko. Freaking Takahiro. Not Takiko. What? She killed her mom?
But moving on to Prisoner 07, I'll make it quick since you spoiled the surprise earlier. Boring. Taka is transgender and has taken many steps to hide his identity out of fear of fan backlash.
I guess some fans of his might get mad at that, but not any worth keeping around.
But since you went ahead and spilled it earlier anyway, I'll just move right along to Prisoner 08, Izmini Cersei. In high school, Izmini got a girl expelled by framing her for cheating because she saw her as an academic threat. She similarly sabotaged other threats by making their high school experience miserable.
Yeah, that does seem like something Izmini would do, yep.
All that over school? That's a little pathetic. Did you have nothing else in your life that made you feel good about yourself? Get a hobby! School isn't that deep.
Jeez. These people make the Hazbin Hotel cast look like angels.
But let's move on to Prisoner 09, Fu Wang. I've been excited to share this one. It's one of my favorites. Fu is the reason his marriage fell apart, and he'll never meet anyone he loves quite like her again.
Womp womp. We already know. Maybe you prefer just stayed hidden.
He's also definitely not over her. Not like she'll ever take him back after what he was like as a husband.
Not over her, but will happily mess with Molly's emotions and kiss her. I see how it is.
Anyway, last we have Prisoner 10, Asuka Santo. I wonder what they could have done. They're just so kind and considerate all the time. Aren't they? Well, let me tell you.
Oh no.
Asuka left their little brother behind in an exploitative situation without a second thought. He endured incredible amounts of hardship that Asuka could have saved him from.
Did she leave him on Epstein Island?
Wow, so much for being one of the better ones, huh?
Did they leave him on Epstein's? They escaped Epstein, but left I can't speak, their brother?
Guess that leaving certain people behind isn't a new behavior.
Kasuga must have had very different reasons for leaving behind their brother, and they did leave Kaka.
Anyway, phew, that was a lot to get through. Of course, all of those will be posted on every social media you guys have and sent to the media as per usual. So have fun dealing with that if you're ever able to get out. How about more of you do your dares tomorrow, Doing so many of your secrets in one of these gets tiring, you know? Anyway, sleep tight. Don't let the impending thoughts of fallout of your deepest, darkest secrets being leaked bite. Bye-bye.
Monitor switched off, and I was left stunned. Some of these were shocking, like Kiko's. I almost considered going over to her cell to confront her about it. She'd likely be asleep, and I know that's exactly what Dr. Molini's wanted to avoid. I should be logical and wait for until the meetings. Everyone should have a fair chance to explain. But how do you even start to explain some of those? And how do you even get far worse than any of what secrets than any of those? And what exactly was so bad in Molly and Lyra and Dr. Elenius' secrets that they had to keep them hidden, even with how bad their dares were? I was starting to get very paranoid. Admittedly, this motive was starting to get to me. The lack of sleep was not helping either. It wasn't helping me think any more rationally. Good God. It's almost been 8 hours. I figured the best thing I could do was go back to bed, so that's what I did. Somebody die! I'm sorry, Chiquiko did what? Well, I woke up the next day after a night of on and off sleep, constant tossing and turning. The little sleep I had gotten hadn't particularly helped me feel any calmer about the current situation. I found myself overcritical of a lot of the truths revealed and paranoid about the truths that weren't revealed. I mean, I could always ask Fu. He's seen all of them. But I was certain I'd have to do some kind of deal for that. But not a particularly fair one at that. And the last thing I wanted was something else. Okay. Above all else, one thing remained clear. It was only going to get worse from here. Which means somebody's dying today. Oh, please. No more fake outs. There's been like 4 or 5. Hopefully it would provide some context. Now, I felt a weird sense of relief from my parents and my own truth didn't seem that bad. Although I couldn't help but worry about how they could make the truth worse than that on subsequent days. I'd get my answer as soon as I tentatively approached
Day 4. Truth.
Oh no. I froze seeing what was written. My mouth almost instantly went dry. Right there in front of me was all the truth I was trying to avoid. Perhaps I assumed that with it spelled out for me, the reality would be different, that it wasn't my fault. In the end, it was all me. Oh God, it was all my fault. I really started panicking. I knew that something I had to hold up eventually. But it felt, if that came out and it could be detrimental. Whatever protection I built here would crumble. I'd quickly become a target. Sorry, Hikari, but you had to understand. It wasn't a matter of morals. It was just a matter of staying alive. This was a killing game, and given how extreme the truth and dares we're starting to get, people would start to jump others for the slightest reasons. I just knew I couldn't come out. It couldn't come out. Or I knew it, my eyes began traveling down to the dare.
Dare! Destroy Prisoner 05's pin.
Bet! Bet!
Oh, that doesn't seem too bad at all. Okay, Shinku, it's going to be okay. The real struggle will be getting the pin. Right, who was Prisoner 05 again? I'm 01, Lyra's 02, Ezekiel's 03, Takiko is 0. Cool.
Oh, that's why it was my dare. I'm breaking it! I'm breaking it. If it's so bad that you have the man hitting one of these, if the truth is so bad that you hit one of these, you better stomp it out like it is a cigarette. You better stomp it out like you're Isaac from the freaking Dead Space games. You better. I know what? I ain't letting it move. Bam, bam, bam. It will look like a pile of ash and dust. I guess I'm around spot on the bedside table, the one Takiko had given me after the last trial. Benny had the other one. The other said I only had destroyed one. It's like, she's mine, right? Seemed easy enough. But for some reason I hesitated before I went to grab it. It was one of the last things I had at Jakul, but above that, it was the foundation of my promise to his Mene. It was meant to be what cemented it. But my promise not to give into this game, not to kill anyone, not to leave her entirely alone. I knew she was fairly reasonable. She would understand eventually, even if it was a dare. But after having her trust broken by Jakul, I don't know how she'd take me breaking the pin after the promise meant so much to her. How would she know? I'd break it and sweep it under the bed. Why am I hesitating? It's just a pin. She'll understand. If she was in my position, she would do the same. It doesn't impact that promise if I destroy the pin, does it? No. I said that, but deep down I knew. If I destroy the pin to save my own skin, just as the motive was starting to get tough, she'd probably see that as an indication that I'll take the easy road out when things got too rough. But when genuine hardship emerges, I'll just crumble. That I'm not willing to endure it with her. Just like Jakul. Sat back down in my bed in frustration, looking at the pin. I knew whatever I did would cause problems, unless I didn't have to know I destroyed. Technologia! Right, she doesn't have to find out. That way she won't feel betrayed. I looked at the clock. The morning announcement had gone off, but it was only 6:15. What? It was unlikely most of them would be with their cells right now, let alone as Mene. She wouldn't see me do anything. Stomp it out! Right, it'll be like nothing ever happened. I clenched the pin tightly, standing up and summoning my resolve. There was an incinerator in the laundry room, and I put it in there. Then it wouldn't be legal evidence. Don't do it. Is there going to be a body there? I made my way there, the hall eerily quiet. I wasn't usually up this early. It was strange. Right, chink. Alright. I looked down at the pin in my hands, the light bouncing off of its surface as I moved it back and forth. I saw my own eyes in a reflection, holding no accusation. It's just what I had to do. Get rid of it probably for the best. In the end, everything else is right. Jakul was a murderer. I understand why his Mene mourned his death. She knew him far before the game. But I'd only known him a month. And that was the truth of it. I had no right to feel like something was missing. I had no right to think of what ifs. I was just filling myself with empty pipe dreams that couldn't be healthy. And if I'd burn him all the way to ash, crossed him out, then perhaps I'd be able to see those I'd been using to fill the empty space he left in their own right. So I placed the pin in the incinerator, taking a deep breath in. This didn't change my promise. His Mene would be reasonable at this, I know that. Yet an awful guilt filled me as I turned the incinerator on. Radiating heat from the incinerator felt cold as I touched my skin. I was done now. That was the end of it. I moved out of the room quicker than I'd like to admit, hoping that a change of scenery would help the awful feeling in my chest subside. But as I walked back into the hallway, I ran into the person I'd least want to see right now.
Shinku?
There's still no deaths, guys. It's been nearly 8 hours, guys. Okay, let's continue. Shinku, are you okay? You're so pale. You look like you just seen a ghost.
It's Minnie.
What are you doing up so early? Did I take a stroll? Is everything alright? Oh, awful. Yeah, I just wanted to get my washing done early. Alright. You're sure you're okay? You're acting strange. This is about my truth. Listen, I know it sounds bad, but I want to be an open book about it. I know it was wrong, trust me, but this game is just cherry-picking our worst moments. A few mistakes doesn't make us horrible people. Yeah, I know. Don't really malice about anything about you, alright? I don't want you to feel as though you can't tell me things to me. I don't want us to become dishonest with one another. Thanks, Ismene. Or Ismene. Or Ismene. I don't even know how to say your name anymore. Everybody says it differently. Not upset about your truth at all, really. If I can look past your crime, I can look past that easily. Well, good. I wasn't going to say anything, but it would be a little ridiculous if you excused a murder, but drew the line at that. I wonder if the others will be sensible with us. I just hope these dares don't continue to get worse. Tell me about it. I know we're not allowed to disclose specifics, but yesterday they wanted me to do something terrible to you. I couldn't do it. I won't let this game destroy anything else of mine, especially not us. I'm certain of that. I'm much rather endure whatever ridicule the truth brings me than throw you under the bus. I want you to know that. This is... I have been recording these videos for so long, I could have worked an entire 9 to 5. An entire 8-hour shift. I want you to know that. Thank you, Ismene. She doesn't have to know. It's better for her if she doesn't. I'd do the same for you. I'm glad to hear it. Now, see you at the meeting later, alright? I'm feeling a little woozy. I think I'm gonna lay down for a bit. Alright, do take care. Ow. Turned to my cell, a heavy feeling on my shoulders. What to do she didn't find out. It was just a pin, it doesn't mean anything. It's silly for me to feel so guilty over this. Superior had been meeting this morning, and it took me a second to notice the new note that had been appeared on my desk. The note that made my blood run cold and brought a haunting reality crashing down on me in just a few words. Sorry, at least this way I can help you. Lecture hall.
I'm sorry. At least this way I can help you. Lecture hall. Oh God. No, not again. Why?
I could take a guess at who this was from. A twisted scene of deja vu overcoming me. I had no idea why I thought these things would get better. I thought it had to be a dare. It had to be just a dare. It's just to scare me like yesterday. Still, if this is real, this must have been placed recently. If this wasn't actually happening, I need to save them. I couldn't let it happen again. I promised I would never let it happen to anyone again. So before I can second guess myself any further, I rushed to the lecture hall, not putting feeling in the air. Now I can end this part. Jesus Christ. I hope. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this part. Sure, it's not as long as the other one, but I've been recording for 8 hours. Give me some slack. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and hit the subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter @SopperRay and join the Discord. The link to it is in the description. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.